Girl,
Cheers.
get the pen, girl. Cheers.
I got the Susan.
Got the Shirley. I did
Yep.
pour her a
Aaron, ready
little
to watch
hard.
you guys.
Buddy, on my
Period.
bruising on my innocence, yeah.
Okay, let me send this to the jurors. So the way that this will work is that the jurors will watch through the YouTube link, and then we will let them in one by one. But you guys will obviously start the way you usually start. But let me send this to the viewers as well.
Good luck, guys.
Good
Oh,
Good
luck.
luck.
Literally
I'm
Okay,
so fucking
love
scared
you
right
so
now.
much.
I just got home from work. I'll look nicer at the vote reveal. But hello.
You already look nice.
Thank you. Hello, Final Three. Issa, Kathy, Noah. Congratulations on making it as far as you can in Distortion Survivor Cursed Legacies. We are super excited. That being said, we have a finale to start. So, as Kathy, as the winner of the final immunity challenge, had chosen to do Issa, Noah, Kathy as the opening, and then Kathy, Noah, Issa as the start. There will be a timer on the Zoom for your 5 minutes. When the timer is up, then that's when you'll start. You'll stop. It'll start when you start speaking. That being said, I just saw Noah walk away. I was about to ask if y'all are ready. Oh, okay, that was a thumb. Okay, let me. Okay, y'all know how I've been with this Zoom update. So give me a second.
You're good, Diva.
And
No,
now
I'm
she
not
was
good.
done.
Okay, so let me get my 5 minute timer. Make sure the jury can see this. Okay, perfect.
Sep, get off camera. Let them have their time.
Oh my god, I didn't even realize I was on camera. I'm not gonna lie.
Sub is frame mogging us.
Okay,
No,
of
literally.
course. Okay, so gotta let Grace in. Might help. All right. So Issa, as Kathy has decided, you are going to go first. Your time starts when you start speaking.
Okay, where can I see the timer, by the way?
It'll be up in the top when I press
Okay.
start.
Okay. Okay. Hi, jury. Hi, everyone. Oh my God, sorry, I'm like literally shitting myself right now. Um, Thank you, Kathy, for letting me go first. Genuinely, like I like going first. But it has been such a fucking spectacular season. I have had a blast with every single last person that we have been here with. As for intro speeches, I feel like genuinely I played a very unique kind of creative game that fits me as a person, and I would not have changed it for the world. And whether it means that I got really close to some of you or we didn't talk much at all, I feel like all of it kind of led to me getting here in one way or another. Um, Not to hate, there's no hate at all. But the fact that I had so many ops throughout the entirety of this game, but I still managed to end up here, I feel like speaks volumes about my character because a bitch perseveres. Like shit happens, like you fight back, whatever. But genuinely, like I feel like I made real connections with a lot of people here, like even outside of game, other than challenges and shit. And like I won one one immunity challenge, and I was on the beginning tribe that won zero challenges. So I feel like the fact that like I did manage to stick it out through all of the hardship, despite not being such a great comp player, really is like says more about me than certain other things about me. But like I said, I think I have played a really true and genuine game to myself and to other people. And I really, really pushed for that social aspect of the game because it's what suits me best and it's not a secret. But I really took advantage of that and I really was thankful for all the connections that I got to make through the game and all the people who really did help get me this far because it was not a solo endeavor, like at all. I had a bunch of different ways that I had planned myself to get to the finale, and genuinely all of them I would have been thankful for. And every single one of them included multiple people. It was never me, I'm going to do this by myself. So I really, really do thank every single person on the jury in some way, shape, or form, because truly I would not be here if anything was different about this game. Like if 3 rounds in a row I didn't get votes, like I probably wouldn't be here. Regardless if someone said my name or not. And like being able to overcome hardships with some people that I was able to do, like Aaron, giraffes, like we we were fighting. We were definitely fighting divas, but being able to overcome that, I think was a really great thing to happen. Um, and like I said, being able to play a game that I didn't focus entirely on strategy, but focusing on making those connections and relying on those true connections that I made with people to get this far is more unique and really, like I said, is like more true to me as a person. And that's kind of was the whole goal. Like, I'd rather lose playing as someone who I am as a person than win pretending to be someone I'm not and playing with a strategy that doesn't feel real to me. So that's how I feel about generally my gameplay. As for the game as a whole, because I do have some time left, like I'm so serious. This has probably been the best experience I've had playing an org. And like, have I only played a couple? Yes. And so sorry, Hypnotic. I love you forever, Hypnotic. But being able to play like Distortion with this cast of people, such a fucking blessing. This final three, amazing. This prod, fucking incredible. I Jeremy felt comfortable the whole time, and the like real conversations I had felt real. It was, I literally wouldn't trade it for the world. But yeah, with 1 minute left, I just want to say like thank you for everything for everyone. I would really love it if you did consider me just from everything that I've talked about today with all of the different things I did. And obviously, you're going to ask me questions anyway. What's up? Be as mean to me as you want, and I will answer as honestly as I can. And because that's just me. I am an honest person. I play from the heart and I wear my heart on my sleeve. So if that means that like you ask me something ugly and I answer even uglier, I fear that's the way it's going to be, but it's real and I don't care. At the end of the day, game is game. And I would respect if either of these two people won also because holy shit, they mogged. And I'm proud of all three of us. And that's my time.
All right. So you're just ending your time to confirm?
Yeah, I have like 8 seconds.
I know, just gotta ask. All
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you, Issa. Next up is Noah. So Noah, your time starts when you start speaking.
Okay, first off, congrats, everyone who made it here. We all did it. Like, let's give ourselves a pat on the back. And thank you, Jerry, for being a part of this amazing game, this transformative game, this game where we have to fix our cursed legacies. And that's what it's all about. Coming into this game, I didn't want to just be a part of alliances. I wanted to build a system where I was always in a position to move forward. So I built trust individually while sitting inside multiple alliances. And more importantly, I connected these alliances, information flowed throughout these alliances, thus flowing through me. I got to contribute to these decisions and it made its way throughout the web. Um, I always knew where I stood with individuals through what people were telling to me. And that's why I situated myself with people that had my backs, and that's why it was never an easy vote. And that's why, besides the 2 votes I negated, I never received a single vote in this game. Combined with my physical prowess, I was able to win 4 different individual immunity comps, two in a stretch, and then two at 2 separate times. So I was able to not only know when I needed to protect myself with individual immunity, but I also knew when how to survive and pivot when I didn't have immunity on my back, when I felt like I was such a clear threat. Maybe I'm just full of myself, but I just thought people had chances to take me out and I played the hell out of this game. And I'll own this. I played an extremely messy game at the end of the day. I literally did what Sandra Diaz-Twine had to do. I said what needed to be said. I wouldn't say I used relationships that I had, but I feel like I in game kind of had to be able to manipulate where I wanted to go based on my relationships and where the web was going. So I always was in control in a sense because I knew what targets, who was pushing who, and how it was spreading, and I was able to kind of converse behind the scenes. At the merge, I feel like I helped shape the direction of this game with pivotal votes like Colin going and V and Kim, removing people who maybe not at the time threatened my game, but I knew they were going to impact my path to getting to the end of the game. So I was able to do that while still kind of keeping my threat level a little bit low. Um, but at the end of the day, the thing that changed in my game is when Cassie got voted out. And I know I played on Idol and I did that too, but I'll hope to talk about that later. When Cassie got voted out, that was probably the one time where I was like blindsided, shook in this game. I did not expect the votes to go that way. I had been rebuilding trust with the people that I thought I was working with, which we were working with, but there was one little problem in that equation, and that was X, not Z, not V, but X, like literally. So at that moment, I knew when X got his way at every single vote they attended, I was trying to plant those seeds, clock it in, let Aaron, people like Aaron and John know early, tried to warn them, like give out the warning signs of the power and the sway Suave X had. And I feel like I did a pivotal thing and got Aaron, who has been targeting Kathy probably this entire, like a lot of this merge phase, and the chance where they could have got Kathy out. Aaron was a third vote. I persuaded them to vote X, and I kind of made up some fibs. I talked about a cursed legacy advantage. I made up a whole bunch of schemes to try to get into people's head, and I own that that's messy. But all my connections, when I got on call with you, everything we talked about was personal. Did I have in the back of my mind that hopefully these connections can help me win the game? Sure, but I wouldn't have wasted my time on calls with you guys if I didn't mean it. Um, I'm hoping to get to explain more, explain why I had control and how I was able to utilize the people that worked with me to my benefit to hide in the shadows and pull off the moves from the behind the curtains. And I don't think I didn't just play this game, play within the game. I built the structure around myself, and I always had options and could take control when it mattered most. And that's the game I played. I'm gonna cancel. I'm gonna forfeit the rest of my time.
All right. Weird way to tell me with the fist, but all right. And finally, to end the speeches, we have Kathy. Kathy, your time starts when you start speaking.
Awesome. So first things first, thank you, Prod. Thank you specifically, Benji, for inviting me. I've had a very busy spring, and this kind of wasn't really on my radar, and I'm so glad it did because I've just met so many incredible people, especially everybody on the jury, and even those who were playing the game pre-jury phase. And also, thank you to the jury, and thank you to Noah and Issa as well. I came into this game having only played 2 other orgs. I'm still in my first year, and the only other Survivor game I was in, I was the very first boot. So when I was asked to play this game, I knew I wanted to completely change up how I've played in my previous 2 orgs, but still stay very genuine at core and just open to working with anyone and everyone. Try to, take each round as it comes and just truly try to get to know each and every one of you. And I'm very proud that I feel like I have. Even if there's times where you guys were frustrated with me or felt like you couldn't trust me, I do think largely overall, everybody was always at least aware of why I did the things that I did. And then I'm sure you guys will ask if you did it. And I'm happy and welcoming to all questions. Early game, I was very focused just on building trust on my original tribe. And then, of course, then my swap and merge tribes, watching kind of what was said and what connections people are not telling me. That's much like what I do for work, hashtag women in STEM. Most importantly, I managed to kind of not push my biggest threats until there became an opportune time based on the information that was trusted and told to me to then bring it up and flip it as their idea. But before I get to the later phase of the game where I was really doing that, I'll talk about the mid part of the game. So early into merge, I knew that the returnees were very much coming for the rookies. I knew that I had to unfortunately give up a few allies just for my longevity in the game of really sticking with my swap tribe for as long as possible. So the first couple of rounds were just critical to realizing which alliances could take me to the end, and also who actually was investing in me as much as I was investing in them. This led to a very big orchestration, I guess, team project, group project, if you will, of the Kim blindside. But shout out Monkeys in the Middle, shout out Noah and Issa, the OG Pussy Poppers. A lot of outlasting is trust and rebuilding trust. I think alliances aren't necessarily voting the same way to the end, but sometimes it's a give and a take. And I am very proud of the relationships that I've built, because I truly do think that the people I brought to the end of the game and that took me to the end of the game also saw that with me as well. So just know that none of you guys disappointed me. I love each and every one of you. But at the end of the day, I had to do what's best for my game. By the late stage of the game, which I consider after the Cassie blindside, because I was truly shook, I did not go home. But I really do think that it's because I had such deep rooted relationships that even from the Kim vote to the Cassie vote and through Live Night, a lot of people were not willing to vote me. I do think that I have very genuine friendships with all of you. And so any kind of thought to bring me up, with the majority kind of wanting to still work with me, was immediately fizzled out. Not to mention I had an idol, not to mention that I was not in any majority alliance on my original tribe, but I still was kind of considered a very highly trusted person with all of the majority alliance on the OG Rookie Spirits individually. I think just overall, I consistently greatly influenced the game's direction, while also maintaining relationships that kept me safest. I truly was working, or I was working, but I was open to working with each and every player on votes. I do believe there has been 1 or 2 rounds where I've worked with you, each and every one of you on the jury. Even if it didn't really make it to the end, like we at least had some early rounds where we were working together. And even if there wasn't a real alliance chat formed, like I genuinely meant every single word. I was very truthful up until I couldn't be about where I was going and even what my intentions were after in the aftermath of some moves. I think I've risked my game more times than I can count. I had an idol, I gave it to an ally. I'm still here without even playing it on myself. And at the end of the day, I think I got here just from trusting the people that trusted me, and also just trusting myself more than anything. Also, I won 2 individual immunities. I won the one that mattered the most, the very last one, because I knew my ass was grass. And so pulling that out in a courtyard in the middle of nowhere, Florida, on my work laptop, I did it. I got here. I'm next to 2 allies that I've been playing with half of the game. And ultimately, I'm very proud to be here next to both of them. Survivor's not a team sport, or Survivor is a team sport. It's not an individual feat. So I hope that you guys see that what I played was truly a team game. And then, of course, it had to be an individual eventually. And so that's what I had to do. And I'll forfeit the rest of my time.
Thank you for forfeiting your 1 second. It's highly appreciated. I just realized that I did not send this link to the jury, so that might help. So we're gonna wait just a minute because, again, me silly.
One thing I want to mention is about halfway through, we will be taking a small 2-minute drink break because you guys do have 11 jurors to get through, and that can be very stressful. So we'll just
11?
I thought it was 10.
I'm sorry, 10. I'm sorry, 10. Yes, I misspoke. Yeah, so 5 and 5. Yes, I misspoke. Nothing serious. Relax. Nothing secret. Just about halfway through, we'll stop and we'll take a small drink break
Charlotte.
for you guys to be able to relax and go from there.
Thank you.
Charlotte Ram, mystery juror.
All right,
Literally,
and
I almost like shit myself.
You wish.
we have the first juror who's looking to speak to you guys. I'm gonna let them in. All right, hello, V.
Hello.
All right, V. Your 7 minutes starts when you start speaking.
Alrighty. I'm gonna be very direct, just as I said when I got voted out. Noah, Issa, your speeches were horrible. And the main thing that we will actually be asking of you is showing accountability in all 3 of your games and showing how intentional your games was. There are a lot of feelings on the jury, good and bad. And to be very direct, I don't think there even is a direct winner right now because people have issues with all the games. And especially, and I will be very honest about this, Issa and Noah, you will need to do a lot of work to show the intentionality of your games. And I'll be very honest about this as well. Kathy, right now, you are leaning towards my vote. Now, I will be asking a question that will be showing how you can read us. If possible, have some piece of paper. It's not needed. I think it might be easier to just do it without. But the question that I will be asking is, which jury vote do you think you have? Each time I'll be asking for you to close your eyes and put your hand in the air. But I'm saying name, put your hand in the air if you think you have that person. If you don't think you have that person, put it down. Understand?
Wait, I'm so sorry. I blacked out. We're raising our hand for one person that we think we have.
If you think you have the entire jury, you can keep raising your hand. If you think you got one person, you can raise your hand once. If you think you got no one, you don't raise your hand.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, ready? I'll be quickly grabbing channels. It will be in a random order. First person, let me quickly make sure I actually have the list. There we go. Please close your eyes.
Close our eyes. Yep.
X. Kim. John. Fred. Cassie. Aaron. Laura. Giraffes. Colin. And of course, the best jury of all, me. Okay. You can all open your eyes, put your hands down. To the jury who saw this, you have your information. I don't have any direct questions. However, I do want to give some comments. I think, Kathy, figuring out that you're one of the main people responsible for my vote off blew my mind because you played me perfectly to the T. But I was really worried that you cutting your own allies would screw you over, just like how we screwed over Cassie. But in the end, what you said was completely true. It was able to, get other people on your side and get you to this point. Issa, you know I love you to death. And I think at Swap, we killed that. And my biggest worry right now is you making it to this point. I don't know how intentional that was with your own moves versus, for example, Kathy and Noah thinking you're someone easy to beat near the end. That will be your challenge to prove this tribal. Prove that you put in that effort, put in that work to get to the end, and that it was your decision making. Noah. The direct quote that I put in the roundtable is that you were the barking dog to Kathy walking you out. You have a strong game, straight up. You have a good game. But a lot of the time, you made a lot of people not feel happy about you. You will need to show a lot of accountability. You will need to prove how your game in the end was separate from Kathy, and at times how you outplayed Kathy. Because a lot of us view that Kathy always played you and was the one responsible for you. So that will be your goal. And
I can't wait to prove it.
Your main goal is truly proving that because we see you as that kind of the mob boss of the season, prove that that is the case. Prove that your strategy of the season, it is the Cassie quote. Yes, it is the Cassie quote, and she deserves that recognition. That is your goal. Prove that the way we view your game is the truth, because we view you as a very dominant player this season. Prove that that is the case, and all three of you show confidence in your games. Show that you deserve to be here. I didn't get voted out fucking second jury to sit next to watch three people at the end, thinking that they don't deserve it. And y'all vote out the comedy of the season too, so at least make it somewhat fun tonight. Okay, thank you. But no, generally, I love all of you. You know that we're gonna be friends outside of this. Cannot wait to talk to you all three outside of this. Good luck with the rest of the jury. I can tell you now, it's not going to be easy, but that should never be the case. And I wish you all the best of luck. I'll end my time here.
Love you, Diva.
Love
Thank you so,
Love you too,
you.
thank
Divas.
you so
You were
much,
avenged.
V.
I hope.
All
Ew.
right.
Damn.
Damn.
So that
Cheers.
was V.
Cheers.
We welcome in the next juror. Hello, Colin.
Hello. Congratulations to Kathy, Issa, and Noah. Congratulations to Noah for being the last veteran standing as well. All
Thank
right,
you.
so before I ask my questions, I'm gonna kind of give you guys the rundown on what I'm looking for. As mayor of Ponderosa, I am a completely neutral mayor, as in my vote could be swelled any way. It could be Kathy, it could be Noah, it could be Issa. And what I want to hear is you guys highlighting your own game. Really sell your game to me. Because I really want to make sure I put my vote into the person I feel best represented the gameplay of this season. All right, so you guys ready for the questions?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yep.
Okay. And also, don't be afraid to tell me things that I might not want to hear. All three of you did vote me out, and I am completely at peace with that. So we're gonna start with Isa. Hey, Diva.
Hi, Diva.
A lot of the game, you were always seen as the next person to be voted out, at least in the time that I was around. Yet you survived. How were you able to navigate the game yourself?
I'm not gonna lie. I did personally enfeeble myself on purpose. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I talked about it in my VLDR because it's what got me through an org before, coming purposefully off as ignorant when I'm not. I had such incredibly detailed notes in my prod chat, like through the videos I made. Obviously it wasn't great at the time because like of course like it's high risk, high reward. If I get voted out, like I get voted out. But if I don't get voted out, I have the people coming in to be like, oh my gosh, like I would never vote you out. I need to know I didn't vote for you and da 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 da. Da. I'm like, okay, like, and that's another person, and that's another person. It was at the point where I had less and less votes going into each round. Like I think when it was you and I, it was the closest it was, which sorry, Diva, I had to vote you out. It was you or me.
It's all
And
good,
that
yeah.
was and that was another thing. Like, I was not afraid to have to make the difficult decisions because at some point I was in an alliance with most people on the cast. I'd say, like, with the exception of like two people post merge, I was in an alliance with them at some point. But like, I was able to remain mostly honest and use the relationships that I had made throughout the game, both pre and post merge, and even during the swap to kind of propel myself forward. It's how I was able to get like really well with Laura and Giraffe's post merge, and how I was able to get X and obviously Kathy and Noah. And at one point, I was in one with X, Aaron, and John, and then like X and Giraffes again. And so it was able to culminate all of these relationships through the difficulty of kind of putting myself out there as not a huge threat to get this far. And I'm here.
Okay. Noah, you were playing as a duo with Kathy. You and Kathy were very close in this game.
Mhm.
Were there any specific moves at any given time that separated yourself from Kathy?
Uh, well, here's the thing. Kathy, I honestly think Kathy doesn't get this far without me in this game. I think Kathy having me as a solid person that she 100% vibed with, keyed with, trusted with, all information ultimately came back to me. And I clocked that from the moment I swapped tribes onto a tribe with Kathy because we bonded and I immediately found out about the Final Four alliance with you, Cassie, Laura, and V. And I found out all the dynamics about the vote right away. She told me about her idol. Um, at that moment, I knew trust is currency in this game, so I had to tell her about my extra vote. I wanted to establish that connection even further, and whether she sped it or not, I knew I told her, and if anyone else finds out about it, it might come from her or people might guess. But that's the thing. I got her to give me her idol. She didn't have to, and I used that idol when I could have easily been voted out with 2 votes when my gut was telling me not to. With the X vote, Aaron and Kathy at that point had not VC'd in several hot minutes. I was putting in legwork with Aaron to make sure Aaron didn't feel 100% comfortable in what he wanted to do the past 2 rounds in order to get out the person who I wanted to be playing the game. I saw X navigating the game super well, and X was in my way of getting to the end. Because if X was in the final 4, X does not bring me to the end. But if Kathy's in the final 4, Kathy brings me to the end. If I win final 4, I'm able to vote out whoever I want and claim my stake. I put in the work, I put in the foundation into these relationships with the pussy poppers, with the giraffes. I never
Great alliance name, by the way.
Thank you. I never betrayed giraffes, and giraffes got the X virus and tried to come for me, and I was clocking that every round and planting the seeds. I was setting up my end game. I had the inner circle alliance with John and Fred, which when I realized, I don't know how they were close to me or not, because I knew they had stuff going with Kim and Jay. And when Fred was telling me Kim was coming from me planting seeds from the beginning, I knew I wasn't going to be able to play with Kim. So I had to please Kim until I didn't need her anymore. And when the culminations were coming up and I knew my time to strike was right, getting the information from Kathy that Fred said he wanted me and Kim later in the game to go after each other to be a shield for Fred, I needed to take that out of the equation. And all up until like the Cassie vote, my votes were intentional, and then I also let Fred in on the no, who was my first initial real like ride or die until I met Kathy. But Fred was a crazy player, and people just had to get Fred out. And then when it came to John, X was steering that ship, and I was clocking it. Me, John, and Aaron could have done something, but everyone was butting heads, and I knew I had to keep certain people in the game to protect myself going forward. I'm not trying to barter a bunch of time, but yeah, that's basically how I feel.
I do have a
Sorry.
question for Kathy. I was trying to go one for each. So, sorry, Kathy, I'm gonna have to kind of speed run this one.
It's okay.
Is this your ideal final 3? And if so, what distinct moves did you do to make it come to life?
Okay, I'm going to shoot you straight because I honestly did not think I was going to make it this far. I do feel like I've had a very challenging reputation from the Kim vote onward. And I guess even despite that, I still like rooted relationships with a lot of different people, even people I wasn't in closest alliances with, or even in an alliance chat with at all. Still trusted me enough.
All right. And
I'm sorry, guys.
I'm taking over for Seb. I have taken over for Seb right now. Time is up. Thank you, Colin. Alrighty, we are waiting for our next juror.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you, Colin.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Colin.
Colin.
Love you, Colin.
Okay.
Diabetic.
I'm gonna pour this shit a little too hard.
And what about it? What went then?
I feel it. It's one of those like where I'm like feeling it go down. I'm like, oh
Ooh.
shit.
You're like, oh, that's liquor.
Yeah,
Chocolate.
that's liquor.
Liquor.
Liquor. Oh fuck, I just remembered who's next. I'm gonna shit myself.
You got it. We all got it.
We all
Everyone's-
got it.
I
Yeah.
don't know who's next.
I think we also. It's
Brandon, I
Kim.
think V. Well, they decide. I don't know what order they decide. If
I
it's
think
Kim,
it's just an elimination order.
Colin went first, or was voted first.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Then I lied. I might not be shitting my pants just yet.
We're just waiting for them to join. That's all.
Okay.
Did y'all miss me?
I did actually. I was just thinking
Okay.
about you.
All right. Well, speaking of thinking about me, here's the next juror. Drum roll. It's Kim. Hi, Kim.
hey Kim.
Hey, Kim.
Hey, Kim.
Kim, your time
Hey.
starts when you start speaking.
Okay. First and foremost, if I repeat questions, I'm very sorry. I just got in from driving, so I missed half of the stuff. So if I repeat questions, I apologize. Um, First question, Noah,
Yes.
I want to know the honest truth.
Hmm.
If Kathy would have not won the last final challenge, would you have cut Kathy?
So I think Issa can confirm this, and Aaron might have been able to confirm this as well. And in my prod chat, you'll be able to see, Kathy, I was not able to make the move that I feel like you should have made, because that was the control. I don't want to say that, I 100% confidently could have brought you here, but I was putting in I brought you to Final Four because I felt like you would not be able to chop me, but I knew I had what it takes to chop you. And I was talking with Issa and Aaron prior, planning to that. So yes, it was going to happen. I just couldn't, I was so close to that final immunity, I just couldn't clock in. But I did get four. I did get four.
Okay, yeah, I just wanted to confirm that because I think the jury was out on if I
You'll see
know
in the
no.
VLDRs, I
So
swear to God, I'm cutthroat. I will cut a girly. I cut Julia Rowe in a final three. I would cut Kathy in a final four.
correct. So correct. Um, okay, Issa, I don't know if this has been addressed with you. Obviously, I think V had said something about intentionality. I want to
Mhm.
know why you thought that this was your best opportunity to maybe win sitting next to Noah and Kathy, or if this was your game plan to sit with Noah and Kathy, or if you had a different plan in place. Because it seems like there was an opportunity for you at Final Four to put the heat on and tie the vote up and make people go and make people make a move. And you decided not to do it and you decided to vote Aaron out, which is unfortunate. I mean, I would have voted for Aaron, so I mean, I guess that's good because you're up for my vote now. But I will say, like, I want to know, like, why you made that move because to me, it didn't really make any sense, especially if you want to intentionally win this game. Why not put some of their feet to the fire and have them fight? Like,
Of course. I feel like for me, I had a million different avenues that I wanted to do to get here. I feel like any normal strategy would involve like more than one path to get here. And I figured that in that final four, I would rather take Kathy and Noah based on the fact that they played such similar games, and it would be hard to differentiate which one did more of the work together. Like, we've already had two people ask questions to Noah and Kathy. What would have happened if the other one did this? What would have happened if the other one did that? And I feel like I played much more of an individual, intentional game by myself that relied on me, my own intellect, my own relationships. Because at the end of the day, like, love you to death, pussy poppers. Like, I love you guys so much. But for most of the game, I ended up having to do my own legwork with people. And like that involved people like Giraffes and people like X, and later on people like John and Aaron and everyone like that, which allowed me to get here basically more so by myself than Kathy and Noah having to hold hands through a lot of post merge endeavors. So of course, like there would be different strategies for every different ending, but I felt like for this specific jury and this specific final three, Kathy and Noah having to kind of prove to each juror that they played their own individual game serves me best as opposed to having someone like Aaron who I guess would just be, I don't know, relying on both of us the same way. And I don't want that for me. Like people asking Aaron what he did with me to kind of get as far as he did, if that makes sense.
okay, I think I understand, but I don't know. I don't know if I would have done that. I think I might have would have put the pressure on a little bit, but you're at the end. I'm not. So congratulations on that. So clearly you made it and I didn't. So my other question is I just want to know. I think V, you touched on this. I think V touched on this with Noah. Noah, I think there's a lot of hurt feelings on the jury as far as how you handled certain situations. I want to address something with you because you know that you and I have had history, and coming into this game, I did want to work with you, and I was loyal to you. And unfortunately, I think for me, where I lie is that you know I'm loyal, and the fact is that like I don't really know if you knew I was going home, why you wouldn't throw your vote.
Um,
Go
Can I
ahead.
speak on that? So early on in the game, like OG Tribe, Fred told me that you were already saying Noah's going to be someone who has to go sooner rather than later. And when I hear my name at any moment in the game, my walls will go up, and I count about that. It goes into I'm still going to be the same Noah with you. I'm real with you, and I did want to work with you. I didn't target you. There was like opportunity where I could have just been like, yeah, let's do this, let's try to get Kim, but I didn't. I was really happy working with you those first 2 rounds. But as soon as I started hearing rumors about Fred wanting to keep me in, just it being you in specifically, so that we would be a shield for others, so we would target each other in the end game, I knew I had to take agency in my game and help orchestrate people all around. So causing that paranoia with Aaron, yes, messy. Causing paranoia with you, yes, messy. I had to do it to make sure all the ducks were in line. It's nothing against you as a person. I think you're a strong, amazing, independent woman, and you lead a bunch of construction men. Like you are a CEO. And so I did do you dirty, but it wasn't out of just
But
pure history because we worked together in the past. But I did, once you hear your name say someone's coming for you, you have to kind of act in defense in that mode. So I had to be proactive
I
on that.
understand that. That wasn't my question though. My question was, you know
Why
how
didn't I throw
loyal
my
I
vote?
am.
Because I needed to be a part of the numbers so I could show that like I wasn't just going to be returnee strong, rookie strong. I had to show my agency.
But
I
you
was
knew I
in
was
a
going home
pivotal
anyway. So if you wanted my vote at the end, why
because
couldn't
I
you?
don't think people should be casting their jury votes based on if someone threw them a pity vote or not.
So did you not throw any pity votes?
The only pity vote I threw because of my I felt like I didn't want to vote Fred, and that was at that stage in the game. And it was also being open with the Food Chain Alliance, telling them that like y'all can go for Fred, but I'm not gonna do that.
Sorry, guys, time's up. Thank you so much, Kim. I really appreciate it. All right, we will let our next juror in. Zoom will work.
He is.
She is. She is Kim.
She is Kim.
Love you, Queen.
Hi, Giraffes.
Hi, Con.
Mm.
All right, Giraffes.
Hi. Oh, I was just doing some light reading.
Giraffes, your time starts when you start speaking.
Okay. Well, first and foremost, I do want to say congratulations to you three for making it this far. Now, I also want to say a very specific congratulations to you, Issa. As of this moment right here, right now, you have my vote. Kathy and Noah, your job right now is to take it from them.
Okay.
Okay.
Because from what I've experienced, not only from my time in the game, but also what I've heard from everybody coming in, because trust me when I say this jury has talked.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually a little shocked you both are here. So my first question right now is to you, Kathy. During my time in the game, as y'all probably heard me bitching about it, nobody was really talking to me. And Kathy, you were actually one of the worst at it. So I do want to just ask you right now, right here, right now, was that a part of your strategy or was that just truly shit timing?
It was a little bit of shit timing, but by the time that we actually did form the Monkeys in the Middle, like I really did want to kind of break away from maybe my swap tribe and really focus and work with you, Issa and Noah. Like that was definitely honest.
Okay, thank you. And now, Noah, my next question is for you.
Mm-hmm.
From my own experience in this game and from what I've heard from others as we've talked in that chat, it seems like you had a tendency to take things just a little bit too far and a little bit too seriously and personal. So I want to give you this moment right here, right now.
Is there anything specifically that I can
I will
address?
save that. I've been requested to save that for them as they come in. And I'm going to be honest, you were there, you should know. Is there anything you want to apologize for?
Um, so intent versus impact is a thing here. And so if I said something without without knowing the intent, I can't know the impact of how it made someone. So there might be a little bit of a blurred lines there. But I would love to be able to extend an apology to whoever I have qualms with. But I think if there's anything I can be accountable here on is like I swore on a lot of things. I swore on my cat. I swore on God. I swore on everything. Everything I said was just to get in another step in the game because I trusted myself the most to get myself further, and everything else had to come by that. So whatever I said, whatever I did, yeah, I'm sorry. But it isn't a reflection of me as a character. Every personal experience I've talked about you with people is genuine, and I would never intentionally use anything, I don't think, against anyone. But yeah, that's all I can say on that.
I mean, I will give you a little bit of a bone and say, for me, at least personally, for me, what I have the biggest irk with, I will say,
Uh-huh.
is at my tribal council,
Uh-huh.
as I was, trying to process what the fuck just happened.
Mm-hmm.
And you said, see, I didn't vote for you. I want to ask you actually right now, did
I
you really
didn't
think
vote
that
for
that
you.
was necessary? Did you think that comment was necessary at that
I
moment when
didn't.
I was, like, you
I'm
could
sorry.
clearly tell
Okay.
I was a horse. So why add in?
Because I really thought we were building a genuine like relationship and connection in the game. So one of it was probably shock and trauma response because and ask everyone in this game, I did not expect you to vote me giraffes because I was genuinely trying to build something individually with you. Monkeys in the Middle was literally legit. I was so excited after that vote. We all worked together. I was like, we're all playing our parts. Everyone thinks we're fools in the middle, like yada yada yada. And I was literally 1,000% committed to that and legit. And when I heard you voted me, it was a shock factor. So I didn't say it in malice, but I said it in regards of I wanted you to know that I never was targeting you if other people were saying things in your head. I wanted you to know that it had nothing to do with me and it was not my intention. So I really do, for you specifically, I apologize on that fact because it was more in a moment. I wanted to be like, Giraffes, I had your back, not to make you feel worse about the situation of all of it happening because the second vote, I didn't vote you out either, and it was just circumstance. So I really do apologize for that. And I genuinely am happy with the relationship and friendship I build. I think you're a hilarious person and you make me laugh a lot of the time. So you can't really be mad at you. And I think everything you said is valid. And I hold it close to me because I don't want to make anyone upset at the end of the day. Because this is a game we're here to have fun and build relationships and connections. So I'm sorry if I did that. So thank you for giving me the chance to speak on that.
Thank you. And then, Issa, I do actually have just one thing to ask you. Noah wasn't the only one who, even though it was a minor one that didn't last long, Noah wasn't the only one who ended up getting an advantage this game. And I wasn't sadly able to let it be known other than the one other person who knew about it. But I actually did give Issa my advantage of doubling the odds for the wheel.
Mm-hmm.
And that was just purely because of them and us growing from that first tribal council and getting to where it was like, okay, I want to work with Issa. Issa's going to be there. And I want to be there with them. And however that looks, I'm down. So I also want to let that be known too, finally, in case nobody else knew.
And no one else should know. I literally didn't tell anyone else.
But so with that, I will yield the rest of my time because I have nothing else to say. I literally only had that small little thing. But thank you. I mean, well, I will say this as well. Just be ready for for what's coming next, y'all, because I think I'm the end of the easy softballs. And with that, I can yield my time.
Thank you, Giraffes.
Thank you, Giraffes. Thank you, Diva.
Cheers.
Miss you.
Thank
Love
you,
you.
Giraffes. All right. The next juror needs no introduction because they're not here. They sent a video. So they literally need no introduction because I'm just going to show you the video. That being said, once that video is shown, then the 7 minutes will start. You guys will go from there. So let me figure out how this works. Okay, there we go. It's Laura. All right, can everyone see my screen?
Yes.
Icon.
Perfect.
Mama Laura.
I love Laura.
Captain of the Dominoes.
Literally.
Actually, oh, funny story. Didn't share sound. Give me 1 second.
Right.
Right.
Might help. Okay. Can you see my screen again?
It's loading.
It's loading. Yeah.
Just give it a little double click.
It's Laura.
Oh,
There we
okay.
go.
There we go.
I'm gonna mute and I'm gonna play the video.
Heyo, long time no see. Unfortunately, I'll be at work during the finale. I know, big surprise there. But I will be listening to the live for you guys' answers. Before I say anything else, I came into this game with a shot of pickle juice, so it's only fitting that they end the season with the shot of pickle juice.
Hey. Oh, the gulp.
I was gonna
On
say
that
the
note,
gold drug.
any one of you can still earn my vote. I am leaning one particular way, however. I have a couple of questions for all three of you to answer for me. You guys can answer in whatever order works better for you guys. Number one, I want you to describe in your own words what happened that caused my vote out at Live Night. How much of a role did you play in it, if at all? Number two, how much of a role do you believe luck played in your individual game? Are you here because you got lucky or by your own merit? And then I want you to prove it. And then number three, I want you to describe your game with one singular word. No explanations. If you have to explain, then you need to pick a different word. Thank you guys in advance for your answers. Good luck to all three of you guys, and hopefully I will see you all later tonight.
Your timer started. Sorry.
Oh shit.
Did I go first?
Yeah, Kathy,
for
go
it.
first. You haven't got to.
I know I have a lot to say. So, and I already know what I'm going to say. So the live night vote, Laura, I truly want you to know that I was absolutely locked in with you. I went into live night really wanting to get Fred out. I mean, that's no shock. Like Fred and I were fractured since the Kim blindside. But I will say, because of my fluidity in the game and every round was always open for discussion, and I really was trying at Merge to do my best to even build relationships with the people that I'd never actually interacted with on my original and swap tribes, like Giraffes, Kim, Aaron. But with the live night, it was in the moment during the breakout rooms where Fred and Noah and I were in there. And it was literally just like, you know what, like Hail Mary, like I do trust Fred like a lot at that point, even though I knew he didn't trust me. Like I want to show him that I'm willing to work with him. And unfortunately, like that was just the name that the three of us in the finale and Fred came to, was you, unfortunately. But everything that we talked about was always genuine. I do think it was just the nature and the intensity of the live night that unfortunately made me go that way with you. And I hope you know that. And I hope you had a good birthday. Did luck play a factor in my game? I'm not going to sit around and say that it didn't, to some degree, because I do feel like I had a lot of heat on me from the Kim vote on. Everybody saw me and Cassie. Everybody saw me and Noah. Fred aired out a lot of stuff and, you know, definitely had a lot to say about me. But at the end of the day, each round, it didn't matter because of the relationships that I had already built with people. And I was always open and honest. Like I had no other option than to be honest throughout each round as it evolved because of all of the heat that I was getting. And then to describe my game in one word, I would definitely say dynamic. And that's it.
I'll go
Dynamic.
next here.
Isa.
I was gonna say, just to get it out quickly, sorry. Okay, Laura Diva, I love you so fucking badly, and like Kathy, like I was ready to go like ride or die for you, Laura. I won't lie, where part of it was because I wasn't able to strategize with you during live night because you weren't there, which makes me feel so fucking bad because that's not your fault. And genuinely, if there's one thing I do regret, it is that. Um, as for luck with my game, I'm not gonna say again, like I wasn't lucky at all. Bitch, my ass was saved by getting unhooked. And from that point, because I feel like from day one, I just did not click with our starting tribe for like just me as a person. I struggle a lot with that. So it was really hard for me to make connections. And I'm a very unlucky person. And it came to that point where a Hail Mary came and saved my ass. And from that point, it was fucking hard work from that point until the end. Because every single round, my name was thrown around up until the Kim vote. Literally every single round. It was me pulling my fucking pants up and helping us, our tribe, like win challenges. It was like we didn't have to go to tribal once after the swap. After that, in almost every challenge, I was in the top half, if not the top three of every single challenge. Because even if I didn't win, it showed that I was very, very like on top of it. I was very fucking intentional with every single thing I did. I talked to fucking everyone, even if we didn't get a chance to call, bitch. I would text you every day unless the universe hated me and my car broke down or I had to go to the hospital or something else fucking terrible happened to me. But even despite all of that, I was not lucky in any way, and I was able to fucking work my ass up here to this final three. And if I had to say it in one word, I would say diligent. I would say my game was diligent as hell. Now I'll go for
Yes.
it.
Okay, I'll wrap it up. Laura Diva, I love you so much. We have so much history together, and uh, I'm so gutted that we didn't start the game together because I think if we had that moment further, going into live night, knowing where I was situated within people, Kathy being distrustful and Fred a little bit, knowing that the dynamic, hearing the hearsay and everything, I didn't know what was gonna happen, so I lied. I didn't know what was gonna happen, but I said I wasn't gonna do you, but I did do you, and in the circumstance of hearing everything going on, I was trying to use my relationships with both Fred and Kathy, who both had trust in each other, because I feel like I both needed those people as shields still in the game. So Fred, knowing that Fred had previously mentioned your name, I thought it was easy to rebuild trust that round with Fred and Kathy to kind of get them to decide, hey, we have the power to do that. Issa came in, Issa was in the Pussy Poppers, so I felt okay with going along with that. And again, Issa kind of tipped on it, you not being there because you run the Domino's fort. You are the Domino's queen. I wrote a review, like literally. Cheers to Domino's, everyone. But I am gonna say that I don't think I could have prevented you going, so that's why I also had to do it, because that knowing where Fred previously mentioned a name and trying to rebuild trust, and there was numbers there, it was a perfect opportunity to build upon my trust with the Pussy Poppers, with Kathy and Issa, and also still keep two of my biggest shields in the game, Fred and Kathy. Not only that night, I just want to touch on, in case you're listening, I did get Kathy to lend her idol to me, and that was due to my full game in getting Kathy to trust me. Like I felt like I was Mother Gothel to Kathy in Tangled. Like I was brushing Kathy's hair like flowers shining bright, let your power show. Kathy was the king kind of getting information, and I was grounded within it, spurting out the water from her mouth. There was multiple times before I was like telling Kathy, be like, you have to say this to this person, you have to say this to this person, because I was admittedly too scared and knew it would get my name heat and trouble. That's why I feel like the projected person to win this game was Kathy. But at the end of the day, I do feel like I have a little bit of ownership in that. It wasn't she owned me completely, because if that was the case, she would have had my extra vote. I got the extra vote and the idol on live night, used them, caused a chaotic vote that ended up in someone who was potentially going to be one of the biggest swings in this game that I was unaware of. Giraffes got Sareed out of the game. It exposed kind of where the paths were with people, and it also shed light on where X's dynamics were going. So although your vote, I don't think it was preventable, I do think it happened at the time due to circumstance, and I tried to benefit off of it as much as I can to further my game and make sure I had the shields, the paths going forward. And at that time, I could have been an easy vote too, coming off two immunity wins, but I just got had scared two more. So yeah, the time's up.
All right. Thank you so
Hello.
much. Oh,
Oh,
Bill,
I'm
you got it?
Adaptable. I'm adapted.
So, congratulations, guys. You've made it to the halfway point. If you want to take like a few minutes, get a drink, go to the bathroom, whatever. Just
I'm
don't
gonna
take
do a
more than
bong
like
rip.
2 minutes.
Gotta do
Don't
a
take more than
bong
2
rip.
minutes.
You're
Don't
coming
just-
with.
I'm gonna come back with two different colors.
I'm
Two
still
minutes,
working my way
one
down
sec-
this fucking
And your
How's the
chocolate
mom
start
water,
slowly but
ready.
Jen?
surely.
2 minute
Oh my God.
timer.
We literally have a timer right now.
Don't worry. I'm also drinking.
Okay, drinks.
Oh,
Yes.
Shout
no.
out to the tequila I wish I had. I'm currently having Wendy's as I
Shout
watch
out.
y'all.
I'm sweating.
Showing my look just yet because I'm
Wait, what's
saving
the
that for the vote.
Wait, Benji, what's the Wendy's order?
Oh, sister, let's clock it in.
Come
All right,
on.
Wait, did you get the
we got a
nuggets?
10-piece
Kathy
nugget,
used to work at
Okay.
a
at
Baconator
Wendy's.
fry,
Okay.
and right now, because they're seasonal, I got the Thin Mint Frosty Fusion.
Can't have it, but
I
sounds
want.
great.
I want to dip my nuggets in the Frosty.
And then
The chocolate
normally
Frosty.
we will also, my partner and I will get 3 cookies apiece because their cookies are
Oh.
like crack.
Fucking love Wendy's.
I love
Fucking
Wendy.
love
That girl is
Wendy's.
amazing. Go on.
Seb, you
Cheers to
should
Wendy.
tell them. You should
You
tell them
have
about our
1
FTC.
minute remaining.
Seb, you
1
should
minute
tell them about our
remaining.
FTC tradition.
Oh, we get a 12-pack party pack for Taco Bell every
Every
FTC.
single FTC since season 1, we have done that.
Come on,
That's
give me
so
that crunch wrap.
sweetie.
I love that tradition.
That's really cute.
I want everyone to know that Miner's drinking wine straight out of the bottle.
Okay, Icon.
As he should.
Actually,
was
if
gonna
I
say,
run out of my
as he
mom
should.
water, that's what I have a bottle of wine that Seb put in a raffle ticket for Alex's show, and we happen to win it. And I have a bottle of Red Blend, and it's in a Jaws bottle.
Oh my god. Sorry, that made me giggle.
That's kind of iconic.
That's insane.
Wait, were y'all talking about mom water? I just got mad.
Yes.
Wait, okay, wait. What do y'all think? Actual review. You can't taste the vodka, right?
Right?
I haven't
It
had it yet.
tastes like straight up water. Like it tastes like
Jen's
like
drinking the
a
mom water
like
off mom
it
duty.
tastes
Okay.
like water with a little bit of flavor.
It
No,
literally,
literally.
that's what I
I
just
love
said.
Jen's
Oh,
review.
whoa, wow, that's crazy. Look at that timer.
Nancy,
No,
Mary.
I didn't even pack my
Okay, well,
No, hurry.
the
I'm
juror,
coming.
the juror that was supposed to go is not here, so we will ask the next person.
What the hell?
What the hell,
What the
y'all?
hell?
And if they join later,
What the
they'll join later.
Heliante?
Choosing a soldier, choosing a pick yourself up, you dust yourself off. Come sad.
Noah, love the rendition of Mother Knows Best. Or fucking whatever it is.
Mother knows best.
Well,
started.
there is something going down.
That was the other one.
Right.
Like the storm in the sky.
Oh my God, where are those
Ooh,
jurors?
I don't want to be raised by your behavior.
Hey, look, one of the jurors is in the waiting room. That's
They're
crazy.
watching the concert.
Yeah,
Screw
hey,
up,
my
I'm
show
sorry,
on.
who-
That's
My
who
great.
show's
rated
on.
We're at
Wait.
FTC, not a show.
Absolutely.
Oh, I let the other juror in. That's crazy. Hi, Cassie.
Cassie.
All right, Cassie. Well, are you ready? Oh. Okay, Cassie, your time starts when you start speaking.
Okay. Okay, so I have been going back and forth all day about the question I want to ask you guys because, like, some people have a standard question they ask at FTC. I do not. I ask a different question every time. And at the end of the day, for me, my game, I don't think it's any surprise, is mainly social. Like, I mainly am a very social player. And this kind of ties into that, but it's also kind of a way for you guys to breathe. So in 2 minutes or less each, and we'll go Issa, Kathy, and then Noah. I want you guys to describe a conversation or a fun moment that you had that had nothing to do with the game with any of the jurors. So nothing game related, just a moment where you felt pure joy.
Okay, because I get to go first, and something immediately came to mind. I think I was coming home right from my rent callback. And John, this was right after it was a very close vote between John and someone else. I think it was the Kim vote actually. And John had messaged me. He's like, "Hey, so I saw like you're coming home from rent, so you do a lot of musicals?" And I was like, "Musicals are my whole life. Like I love musicals after I want to pursue some sort of career in musical theater." And for a good while, and Benji and Seb were there for this too. For like an hour, we just talked about musicals. And like I sent my voice, he sent his singing voice, and like pictures of shows that we'd done. It was such a genuine, like amazing conversation, especially off the heels of a really rough couple weeks in game of just like being able to talk about something that like I'm passionate about, that he's passionate about, that we're both good at, that has nothing to do with game or strategy at all. And genuinely, like I was so happy. And like it has kind of gotten me through like thinking about stuff like that because I've had conversations with a little bit of everyone that like outside of game stuff. But I think that's the one that comes to mind first because it really like was healing after like a really difficult day and it was like great. Hashtag love you, John.
Am I next? I think I am. Okay. I have a couple that brought me joy. I think early on, V and I had a whole conversation about United States fried chicken chains. And so much so that I actually used the chat Jibita to create a really botched like graphic of my ranking. And it was really pink and gingham and girly. So that brought me a lot of joy. I still think about that. I even like sniped some pictures of Popeyes on my travels. And yeah, I did go to Popeyes actually on my way back from the beach for my sister's bachelorette. So shout out Popeyes, shout out Mom Water. Another thing that I really enjoyed, honestly, Cassie, was just you and I always being on call and doing housework, like doing chores, like folding laundry, like you're like yelling at your kids, you're accompanying your kids. Like it was just so easy to talk to you. And like I just genuinely like appreciated you so much throughout the game. I kind of joked with everybody after you were eliminated that you were like Dr. Phil because like you're just such a kind person. And like you definitely made everybody feel like heard and listened. And that's such a superpower. And then I also will say, oh my God, I had another one and I totally forgot. Oh, X. This is kind of like, it brought me joy because I had a lot of like tension and some alliances like throughout the game. Like I could never get on the same page with Fred and John, even though I really wanted to. And for X to come to me telling me like that he was like upset with me and that he really wanted to work things out with me. I know you were gunning for me at the end of the day, but I actually really appreciated that you took the time to actually want to work things out with me on the remix. And like you were blunt, I was blunt, like we figured it out. It was important to both of us. And then ultimately you did want Fred out and I let that be your decision. And that did benefit me as well. But that did bring me joy because I was so badly just wanting to work it out on the remix. And I was happy that we did.
Awesome.
Hi, Cassie. I'm so
Hi.
happy to see you. Oh my God. Thanks for the question. So I do also have a few. One of the first ones was I kind of mentioned earlier, talking with Colin. Colin was another Canadian in the cast, so that was kind of a bridge I built upon, and we exchanged information that we were both diagnosed with type 1 diabetes within like the same year of school. And it was just kind of a really unique, like it's like you can really empathize with a person over something so like niche like that, but it's so niche it makes like you feel a little bit connected. So I was like, it sucks that I had to go against Colin, but those conversations were genuine. We'd wake up and be like, high blood sugar? Yeah. Low blood sugar? I'm like, yeah, that's how it feels. So that was a genuine one. You specifically, Cassie, you kind of called me towards the end of your like when we didn't know you were getting blindsided. We were having an hour call about everything, just talking, like being there, not game. And I really appreciate you being someone there for me in this game to give me those words of affirmation. And I really do appreciate that. All the moments we shared about our crazy medical adventures and our medicines, non-game talk, we definitely bonded over that. And just seeing again like doing housework, like you're gardening sometimes and then just chilling with a mom who loves her kids and her family and is just thankful for every moment. It makes you uplift people in a better way. And then X towards the end of the game, it was final six round where I was low-key really trying to work with Aaron and John to try to make some shenanigans happen. But also X and I were the only people on that day. And when I kid you not, we were on call for 2-3 hours and it started being like, okay, I just want to hang here. But then I'm like, oh, I'm bonding with X again. And we were just straight up chilling, talking and just bonding over little things. And I said to him, I'm like, I wouldn't be fucking around with you. At a certain point, I was like, okay, I'm not voting X out. Like, I don't care if I got bit by the X bug. Like, I'm not voting X out. It's just the vibes, and I had to go by that. And I had to betray a word on John. But yeah, it's just those genuine connections that make a difference in the game. So yeah, that's all I got to say for a few.
Well, thank you guys. So I'm gonna give you like each very brief advice because like we all have opinions in the jury. I don't think it's any surprise that we are an opinionated jury. Um, so Kathy, be more confident. Yeah, you played the hell out of this game. Own it. Noah, be a little less confident that you're coming across cocky. And Issa, you're actually doing a really good job of explaining why you were an intentional floater. So you've surprised us. I love you guys all, like proud of you. So proud.
Love you, Diva.
Love you so much. Cheers.
Thank you
Cheers.
so much, Cassie. All right, let's play Is the Juror We Need in the Waiting Room. They are. All right, drum roll for the next juror.
Oh, I was muted.
Fred, you're here. Hi, Fred.
Hi, Fred.
Hi.
Fred, your time starts when you start speaking.
All right, I'm outside Chili's with it.
Period.
So okay, I want to preface my part of this by saying I'm cool with all three of you outside this game. So please do not take what I'm about to say personally because it is purely game. Okay, cool. Gotta get that out the way.
Period.
So I kind of want to start with Noah. I have a lot of questions
Mm-hmm.
that I feel like I need answered, but I'm just gonna sum it up into one.
Yeah.
I'm confused on, and I'm gonna just talk about my game because it's my part.
Yep.
I'm confused on what the strategy was behind voting with me, knowing I was going, not telling me, and then raising your hand, not telling me I was going. You told me my name was out there, but you didn't tell me I was going.
Okay.
And then raising your hand saying, I'm going to vote for you, being the only person saying that. I'm just confused on where this is coming from. I just need an explanation for that.
Again, okay, thanks for the questions. I felt like we vibe. We've worked really well together in a game before, so I knew going into this game I could have that trust in you. Again, exchanging information between other people, knowing everything. I didn't want to vote you out that round. That was just a personal bug. Like, I'm sorry. Like, it was like I felt like, I don't know. It felt weird. It felt like, I don't know. I felt like I knew you the most in this cast, and it felt like the most a little bit of a bitch slap. So I thought me saying, I think like I thought I was giving you the heads up and that was me telling. I guess I should have been forthcoming, and I admit that. I didn't say like you're going home. But at that point, I didn't know what was happening too. I didn't know if you had an idol or anyone had anything. So I told people I was voting Aaron where I was voting, and I just didn't tell you like fully percent like I think you're going, but I thought me giving you the heads up was like the heads up. Like I thought that was enough. My strategy in voting with you was legit. I was really trying to work you and Kathy, trying to bridge those people. I knew y'all were talking because we kept having our individual conversations. Then I would go to Kathy to compare the notes that you guys had, and then I would fill in all the information and be like, oh, that's how Fred does this, knows this. Okay, then I would go to you and be like, okay, and see what I was kind of getting there. Because I knew as much as we were working together, we knew. I feel like there's a little bit of a natural, like, I don't know, kind of certainty that we kind of sometimes have with each other. So I was going off that, and I felt like we did reconnect at the Laura vote, and I was going strong with that. But again, I was situated in multiple alliances. I was with the food chain, I was with the Pussy Poppers, and I still had the inner circle. So I had to choose the path that I felt was right for me in the moment, and that was not voting you, even though I knew you were going. But it was what benefited me because having you go open up the pathway further for targets that were working with you to go. Does
Okay.
that answer anything?
Yeah, no, kind of. Not the answer I was looking for, but okay. That's fine. I guess my next question goes to both Issa and Noah. Kathy, I love your game. I think you played phenomenally. I have no questions about your game. I just need the other two to convince me to vote them over you, if that makes sense. So
I love you,
take that
dog.
with pride. Take that as you will.
Dog.
So yeah, no, I want to know why bringing Kathy to the end was very beneficial for you. Why is this her being in your final three beneficial to you?
I can go first. Sorry, Noah. Just because I want to get a chance. Sorry. For me, it was beneficial for me because I know because what is happening right now is exactly what I expected to happen, which is people are pitting Kathy and Noah against each other, and I'm getting out basically as like what I am, which is an individual player. It's showcasing my ability to handle myself and manage my own game basically alone for most of it. Because at one point I was like, okay, nobody fucks with me. I'm gonna make sure everyone fucks with me. So, and that's how I got here. Kathy and Noah are obviously some of the reason because of that, but like now that it's the three of us, it's clear that like I did a lot of my own work by myself than either of them did to kind of like hold my hand to the finale, if that makes sense. I made my own decisions, but now people are talking about Kathy and Noah together as a unit and not including me in that, which was my goal.
I'm gonna answer that. Me sitting in the final three does not, with Kathy, does not benefit my game, as I did want to win the final immunity, and or Issa or Aaron, and have to get Kathy out to be able to not have people project that narrative that we do have similar games, which is true. But I think I amassed myself so well. Like, you respect Kathy's game, Fred. Like, I do think. And I'm not trying to be cocky. I'm just confident in the conversations I had before all the key moments that I was orchestrating conversations coming out of your guys' one-on-ones while I was directing Kathy on call. Like, I was telling people what to say to other people, and it helped me hide in the shadows. I will say bringing Kathy to Final Four helps my game, because had I brought X, I don't think X wins immunity and brings me to the end. But had Kathy been in there, Kathy brought me to the end, as you can see. So I always had to situate myself up with the best path forward. And this was one of the plans. It wasn't plan A, but hey, if it's plan B that's going to get me in these seats to fight my case, I'll take that. I'll take that plan. And I will say, I think people are trying to compare our games, but at the end of the day, I do think I had the ultimate control. When Kathy pushed different names for rounds that we were going to push in the food chain, I kind of already planted seeds for like things to happen. So like the Colin thing, I started planning the Colin name as soon as the immunity challenge ended, pre-merge, and started saying, yeah, Colin has a connection with V, knowing that information I gained from Kathy because I was in on this pre-merge tribe.
I'm saying bye. Bye.
Thank you, Fred.
Enjoy
Bye,
Chili's.
Siva. Enjoy
Cheers.
Chili's. Cheers.
Get that triple
Love you,
dipper.
I hope he
Fred.
gets that monthly marg.
Shout out Daisy.
Shout out Julia Rowe.
Shout out Daisy Rowe. Julia. Sad Mike.
Hello.
Hey.
I promise you, I will get a new mic before next season. That being said, I am a little nervous about this next individual. So, that being said, laying them in. If Zoom will ever let them in. Hi, John.
I fucking knew it.
Dear God.
I fucking
Okay,
knew
John, your time starts when you
Bikini
start.
bottom.
Your time
Oh.
starts when you start speaking.
Oh, hello, and welcome to the Farrell Motel, where three of you will be checking in, but unfortunately, only one of you will be checking out. Now, like in the wonderful horror movie Psycho, I was probably much to the chagrin of y'all, the Vivian Lee or that horrible remake, Anne Heche. I was off I was off too early in my opinion, but probably a little too late for most of y'all. Now, that was my mistake for checking into that motel and letting you all take me out like that. So let's talk about mistakes. And because you know what? Nobody played a perfect game. I want you all to own up to some mistakes. All right? And how you overcame them. That is what I want to ask tonight and find out. All right, let's start with Kathy first. Kathy.
Yes. Okay, my biggest mistake was probably not filling you in on Kim. And I really did enjoy and mean every single thing that we said on VC up until that round, all through swap and even the first couple of rounds of merge. I also truly didn't think that it would be that devastating. I think we all were kind of expecting after 2 rookie spirits votes that a returnee was going to go. I knew your vote was locked. I really did want to set you up in a really good position. And I kind of thought that maybe it would be better if like we just went separate ways that round because there's nothing you could do after your vote was locked. Now, after that, I hope you do know that I still really did try to work with you. Like, even at the very end, that last round, I didn't want to go into that night voting you. I really did message and mean it in East Coast Baddies when I said, I'm down for anybody that's not you, me, and Noah. And so I kind of wish that maybe after that, there would have been a little bit of opportunity for us to talk and connect. I know I reached out, but I will own up and say that that was definitely a mistake that I made in the game. But everything I had to do from that, like I had to start thinking about myself eventually. And so when the vote was due that night, I did have to go with the majority. But honest truth, Scout's honor.
All right, Issa.
Hi, Diva.
Hello.
Okay. Okay. I will be so for real. My biggest mistake that I think about is probably not being a little too hesitant right after the merge to talk to the returnees. Because I'm not gonna lie, like I'm still pretty new to orgs like Kathy, but I'm a very social person online and I struggle a lot in every other aspect socially, actually. So it made me really genuinely intimidated to talk to some of the returnees because they're more well versed in it than I am, and I know the nature of people who play orgs to kind of target newbies to like get them on their side for the numbers and the votes. So it made me really hesitant going forward with any of the returnees. And like it took like I'd say like a good 2 or 3 rounds for me to like actually like it's okay, like people want to work with you and you can work with this going forward. So like obviously like intentionally I was making myself kind of able to work with anyone, but me being able to take more initiative going forward and talking to people like you, like X, like Giraffes, like Noah, even to kind of move forward with these kind of conversations and these sorts of alliances really helped my game. But at first, I won't lie, I was scared shitless. And that was my mistake.
Understandable. Noah.
Hi, you look handsome as always, but you knew I was gonna say that. I think my biggest mistake in this game was probably one of them was not investing enough trust into you. You were nothing but upfront, I think, with me and everything you said. So I feel like I kind of blundered the opportunity and I got caught in a mess. And I think one of my mistakes, but it could have been a benefit in my game, was getting a little dirty and getting Cassie and Kathy to vote you within the last 10 minutes, just in case, or getting just in case an idol was played, and so you could have been sent home with 2 votes. That happened within the last 10 minutes. I got people to change their votes. 2 people I told to change their votes, and I think they did do that based on the votes, but that's when you blindsided us and got Cassie out. So kudos to you. And that was my fault for not investing more trust and currency into you, because you know I love you down personally, and I hope you love me personally.
You were my day one.
And I think I
said that
invested
day.
in a lot of day ones, but that's what also got me to the end of the only Survivor org I ever won. And it's what got me to the end of this one.
I'm gonna bounce this back. However, I'm gonna change your biggest mistake, and it was the fact that it was gaslighting me too much, and thinking that I was a little too dumb to catch on. Because you know what? I called it out. I said, you did this. Own up to it. And you refused to own up to it.
I played a scared game at that time because I
It would
didn't
have
want to
gone a
handle that
lot farther
confrontation.
with me if you had owned up. You know me, I'm a game player, and if you own up to your shit, I respect it. But you know from last time we played, doing me dirty doesn't do me well.
No, and I think I was in, again, a selfish self-preservation mode to get to the end, and that was dirty, and I own that. And it was nothing against you personally. I don't think I intentionally was trying to gaslight you, because as I said, I was trying to work with you. I literally was trying to get you and Aaron genuinely that round. I swear to God, like that was not bullshit. I was trying to set up a path, but then 4 people were saying they're doing you, and I couldn't do options. I had no options that round. So I had to succumb with one of the paths that I chose. So I do, yeah. And what you said, like I hope that kind of resonates with like not investing enough into you, because I clearly should have done a lot more to
Address yourself with the paranoia. I will tell you that as you finish up, people have talked about your over paranoia, and that has been your biggest mistake, because that has led to a lot of just over the top. You credit Julia Rowe every single time. And one of Julia Rowe's mantras is, we make the move tonight, and we respect it tomorrow, and we address it tomorrow. We never address the situations. So you did half the duty. Now is it too late to own up to the shit? That's what the jury is trying to figure out.
And
now I'm getting weird questions from Billy here. Now, but I'm hearing noises, and some weird violin music. So, no, no, oh no, oh no, oh my gosh.
He fucking killed John!
John, your prom queen.
John, you're amazing.
I love you, John.
Love you, John.
Cheers.
Cheers, John.
Cheers, John.
Right. Again, I did not get the next juror deck. That was my fault.
We're getting to the bottom of the drink where like all of the vodka is concentrated, and I poured way too much. Like
You need a blender bottle.
No, literally.
You need a lid on that cup. You need a lid on that thing.
No, bitch, I'm not a pussy. I'm gonna finish it. I don't care if it takes all the way to awards. I'm finishing this damn Sports Cafe cup.
All right, folks. I have the next juror in the waiting room, waiting for them to join. Hello, X. Your time starts when you start speaking.
Hello, congratulations, guys. I'm so proud of all three of you. I just want to say I'm not here to bash you guys, truly. I've gotten that out on the jury roundtables. So there's that. I want to say this to each of you individually. I thoroughly did love meeting all three of you. I had great moments with each of you, and that meant a lot for me. This season truly wasn't just for me to have fun and make moves. I wanted to make genuine friends. I feel like all three of you, I could consider that. So I appreciate you guys for that. This is a scorned jury, but a competitive jury and a very opinionated jury. So we just never shut the fuck up. So I apologize that you guys have had to get the back into that. We have a lot of time that we want to say things, and we just not getting enough of it. That said, I'm going to start with Issa. Issa, please pick 2 jury members to remove from the jury. And I swear to God, if all 3 of you say Colin, I will random.org my vote. I'm not doing the whole let's remove the first person that was on jury. Like, no, let's be real. Remove 2 people. You don't have to explain it. I just want to hear 2 names.
Honest to God, Colin didn't even cross my mind. It would be sorry, Divas, I love you down. Kim and V, just because I feel like they antagonized me a lot of the game. And like, no hate, they played both amazing games, but if I had to take my pick, sorry guys.
All right, Kathy, you're up next.
I would say maybe Giraffes and Laura, just from, I guess, the questions tonight.
Okay, and Noah, you're up next.
I would say Cassie, because although I work with Cassie, I do think she might have been a sure vote for Kathy. So if I'm thinking strategically and I wanted numbers, that's what my little mind's probably gut saying. But then secondarily, I would probably have to say Giraffes as well. Also, because I don't have a clear perception of how they perceive me. I kind of have a clear picture, but it might be different than what I thought. So, yeah.
Okay, I appreciate you guys' answers. I was hoping one of you would say me.
No, too cute.
It's okay.
I love you, Diva.
I love all 3 of you, truly. Next question, just because I like to cause drama, as you well all know. Who is your least favorite person on the jury from a personal standpoint? It can be because you just didn't get enough time with them. It can be because you just didn't click with them on the game level. You can repeat a name you already said, but I do want to hear who is your least favorite person on the jury. I'm going to go in the same order. Issa, you're up first.
This one I'm probably gonna say Colin, not because of anything personal. Like, love a diva down. Like I said, like genuinely, I don't have problems with anyone in this cast, which I am shocked. But just because we didn't make enough connections, we didn't talk a lot pre-merge, post-merge, we were immediately pitted against each other. We didn't have a lot of opportunities to just talk like human beings. So that's just on me.
Yep. Kathy, you're up next.
Okay, love Aaron down, but you ignored my attempts to talk it out like for the last few rounds. And I mean, I think how I've played the game is each round just kind of reassess, like pick up like who voted where, who would be an option for everybody. What would benefit me? How can I get that to be the majority vote for that round? With Aaron, I always felt like I wanted to get to know you more, and everything just seemed very guarded, which I respect. It could have been gameplay, whatever, but that's maybe somebody I would remove because it's also a wild card of where the vote would go to.
Okay, thank you. Noah, you're next.
What was the question?
Who is your least favorite jury member? And it can be for any reason, game or not.
As a Savannah, Chris, I can't do that. Wait. No, I can try. I genuinely have a love for everyone. Like I think hate is a strong word. So not it wasn't hate, but my least favorite, just based on I think where we ended up on a game sense. At the end of the day, it might have also been Aaron, just because I was pitted against Aaron a few times and lit astray. So I don't think that it reflected well, but doesn't say I hate Aaron. I don't know. I hate this question. I hate you. Sexy.
That's okay. I'll take a little bit of hate. It's no shock I've backstabbed, lied, and did what I had to do in this game. And that's just the gameplay. I'm going to say this. I am giving all three of you a shot. I came into Final Tribal expecting to vote one person. I'm going to be honest and say I'm not feeling that strong about that person anymore, just based off how Final Tribal has gone. I've had one Final Tribal, though. This shit is nerve-wracking. You never know what the jury's truly going to come at you with. And it could be one question that could separate you from winning and losing this game, truly. I am going to ask this quick. I just want to name. Issa, if you had to vote between Kathy and Noah, who would you vote to win this game?
Kathy.
Kathy, if you had to choose between Issa and Noah, who would you vote to win this game?
Noah.
Noah, if you had to choose between Issa and Kathy, who would you vote?
I would vote Kathy.
Okay, so two of you feel Kathy would get your vote. Okay, I respect your guys' answers tonight.
I
just
would
want to
vote
end
myself if I could.
No, literally.
Well, thankfully, that's not an option for any of you. I will say, honestly, congrats again, guys. I had a blast playing this game. I do want to say I don't appreciate Aaron for making me follow John up twice this season. You might not see him in a few seconds. Like, seriously, I might need to take him out. Like, I don't appreciate it. That said, I love all of you guys. Give your best for that last question. Closing statements, fight for it. I don't care if you got to throw each other under the bus. Do what you got to do. This jury wants to see that moment from each of you where you truly just give it your all, and so do I. Love you guys. I know I still have technically like 30 more seconds. I'm going to end it there. Congrats to whoever wins this shit tonight. You earned it.
I love you.
Love you,
Love you,
Diva.
Oh,
Cheers.
cheers.
All right, and we have the final jury member tonight. iPad.
iPad is here. iPad is here. iPad is here. iPad's here.
Oh,
Aaron.
looky.
We can't see.
Oh my god.
All right,
Welcome. Welcome.
Aaron,
Welcome.
Aaron, your time starts when you start speaking.
Well,
Is
welcome
that Katy
all.
Perry?
No, Katy Perry is currently in another room, so she is not used as a prop. But welcome.
Katy Perry's gray.
Exactly. Welcome to my wonderful, wonderful home abode. I am so happy to see you all here. It's been a hot minute, hasn't it?
Yes.
Well, how
2
we
days.
feeling about tonight? How we feeling?
I love the fit. Sorry, I'm like gagged.
Aw,
you.
shucks.
I'm like
Well,
about to shit and vomit at the same
Trying
time.
to be fast.
No, but
Oh,
Oh, come on now.
well
Hey,
then.
costume change.
Magic Mike.
Well then. Can I just say once, congratulations on you all for making it to Final 3. Literally said that a couple of nights ago. So you know what? Nothing new, right? Feels like I just never left. This has always been home, right? Well, let's get comfortable, shall we? Because I am last but not least. Kathy, I'm going to be honest. I really have not. I fought hard to think of a question this whole entire time, and I cannot think of one for you. So all I can say for you is just in a quick sentence or two. What is the main part that got you here?
I kind of mentioned this before, but I'd love to go into it. I really think just constantly taking risks. Like I took so many risks for my game. I know I've been criticized. I know that I've been like the hot gossip a few times. Shout out Bridgerton. Shout out Bridgerton season 4. But you know, with the Kim vote, I really feel like I wanted to orchestrate that just because of my working with Kim on the first 2 merge votes. I was like, wow, this is somebody that's truly such a force. And like, I really want to trust, but I know that they're also working with 2 of my other allies from Swap, Fred and John. That was really scary. I knew that Noah would eventually out. Noah was somebody that from like the instant that we got onto that swap merge tribe, or sorry, the swap tribe, that I really wanted to work with, and I felt like was riding with me till the end, obviously. And so I know that there's criticism of similar games, but I truly do think that like I was able to orchestrate and risk my own game for the sake of not only like all of my alliances, but you know, just for the risk, I guess, of me going home. Kim vote, the Fred aftermath, giving my idol to Noah. That was really dumb, probably. I was drunk like a lot of the rounds, like at merge. I had so much shit going on. I was on work trips. I was on a bachelorette. Shout out the bachelorette. So I do feel like I genuinely, like I said earlier, that luck might have played a part, but I was truly open to each round being an own different game. And I really do think that that's what got me here.
Yes, because as you have mentioned, and as it has been mentioned by many people, you have been a target of mine for many rounds. And I believe tonight has proven that point as to why you may have been my target. But as for Issa, my question for you is the 2 days I was in jury, it has been proclaimed and pointed out that you may have seen that your game has been known as a person that goes into shadows when they are not mentioned. Was that your intention, or did you have a different game in mind?
A little bit of both. I will say I'm someone who takes advantage when I see a place for opportunity. And for me, if my name's not being mentioned, I am absolutely going to take advantage of that. I'm not a messy person, like in game and in life. If I'm not being mentioned, I'm not going to be the one that sticks my places and people don't belong where I don't belong. And I do fear I play proxy wars. For example, love X to death. X was coming to me almost every single round since we started working together. Like, okay, Diva, who do you want to do? And I will do my best to make it happen. Like the John vote, he was like, and I'm sorry, John, if you're finding out about this now. And I was like, realistically, should be John. He wanted it to be Noah. For a while, he was pushing for it to be Noah. And I was like, no, it needs to be John, because if there's one person that has the entire jury on his back and is going to comp out, it's going to be John. The same thing happened further down the line. And as we went on, like on and on and on, I'm going to take advantage of not having my name out there, especially having it out there for 4 rounds in this game. Completely intentional. But I also did stick my neck out when I felt like it was beneficial. It was risky, but sticking my neck out for allies by like pushing names that might not have been super popular. And I would do it. And I would do it honestly too. Like when Noah, you asked me who I'm voting for, and I was like, Fred, even though you weren't, like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna be very honest about it. I'm not someone who lives to butter people up, and that's how I play. But if I have a way of sneaking past, I'm gonna sneak past.
Okay. And of course, last but not least, Noah, my Animal Crossing friend here, my Canadian friend. You're all my friends, basically, but still. One of you will leave and survive tonight. 2 of you shall end your game tonight. And of course, my vote is always open, but I have heard X's statements. 2 of you have mentioned my name as being your least favorite jury member. May I take that to heart? Who knows? But Noah, you have been asked many questions here.
Yeah.
Like, once again, the 2 days I have spent in jury, we have discussed that your game, as you have quoted, you have played a messy game. But other jury members, myself included, may also say that your point of view to others was to guilt trip them to go with you. You would sometimes get emotional, and I'm not saying that in a bad way. Or maybe I am, who knows? But anyway, was that your intention, to guilt trip others, including me, to going with you?
Speaking of intention, yeah. I did want to point out, yeah, thank you for the question. I only have a minute. No, I didn't intentionally try to guilt people. Well, actually, I did fake cry. I had to fake cry a few times to people. I fake cried after being left out of votes. Oh my God, guys, I'm not trying to not own this shit. I genuinely forget. I do so much in this game to try to survive. I just think that I'm a competitive, fluid, and emotional player. That's how I won my first org. I won competitions, I adapted when I needed to, and I was fluidly emotional. I was emotional in the sense where I bond with many people, and that was a part of my strategy, and I knew it was going to be hard. Interconnecting myself, still reestablishing things. I voted you twice, but I told you each time afterwards it was me. So the faults I made with John, I didn't make with you, but I knew that I had to talk a certain way to maybe try to get people on my side. And if that was dirty, I had to do what I had to do to get further in the game. But I just think that means I outwitted, I outplayed, and I outlasted.
Thank you very much. And that
And
is
I
my
love
time.
you.
Love y'all too. Best of luck.
All right.
Cheers.
Thank you so much, Aaron.
Cheers.
All right. We're done with the jurors. And now we go into the closing. So, as mentioned before, it'll be the inverse. So, Kathy will go first, Noah will go second, and Issa will go third. So, Kathy, your 5 minutes. And just for closing statements, since I didn't mention it in the opening, if you could go off camera and on mute, Issa, Noah, until it's your turn. Kathy, your 5 minutes starts when you start speaking.
Okay, sweet. Hi, everyone. I came into this game knowing that I needed to balance relationships and strategy. I built trust early. I made decisive moves when it mattered, and I was able to get by under the guise of many other stronger players, that being Kim, Noah, Fred, John. I mean, everybody's a strong player, honestly, in Merge after the first couple of rounds. I took control at key moments as well. Every decision I made was intentional, giving my idol to Noah. I mean, I didn't think that even after Noah played my idol, that everybody seriously would think I was lying when I told everybody after live night, I don't have an idol. Everybody still thought I had an idol. So like, I really do believe that I played an honest game as much as I can in a game like this until it became very much an individualized game. I wasn't floating. I tried to be as available as I could be with my busy schedule. I know Aaron wanted me gone the whole time, and I still never voted Aaron at all until the very last tribal before finale. I do really everything that I talked about with each and every one of the players, even those not on jury, especially those on jury. I really do mean everything that I say, and I can't wait to be friends outside of this. Some of the moves too, Kim was more of a group project, but I really do think that after live night, I had to do what I had to do and plant the seeds that I needed to in order to make it to the finale. I knew that X wanted Fred out. I let that just be the vote. After that, X very much wanted me out. I knew that he was going to Noah and Issa with my name, and I planted the seeds in X and Issa that John has very much a very strong pull on the jury. And I did kind of think about at that moment, the John round, that I should take Issa and Noah to the finale because we do have very even killed games. But I do think that I took a lot of risks where I put myself even at a disadvantage, A, for the alliances that I really was putting stock into, but also B, just making the moves that I needed to each round, treating each round individual, not as a continuous round. Was it stupid to maybe bring Noah to the end? Yes. But honestly, compared to my original tribe where I felt kind of lost and out of place and everybody's back pocket, number one, from swap, Noah always made me feel like his number one. So that's why I said that, I would vote Noah to win over Issa. No shade to Issa. Issa's a great player as well. They're both fantastic. But just kind of answering some of those questions quickly, I did want to say that first. Also, I know a lot of people hate to see a goofy girl boss win, but I'm also going to let more facts speak for themselves. I was not in the majority alliance, my original tribe. On the swap tribe, I did build necessary trust with all the members because I really did feel like this was my opportunity to make real alliances. I did think about how can I get Noah, Fred, John, and myself all to the end, but I think at Merge, things just got messy, and I could tell that people wanted to carry previous alliances. So I really did have to start thinking about the longevity for myself. And with the Kim round, it was a little bit of a test with Fred and John. If they were willing to let go of Kim, then maybe then we could kind of be a more unified four instead of always thinking about what they're saying to Kim around me and then what I'm saying to Kim. I had to give up a few allies. Colin and V, love you guys down. but I knew that that was necessary in order to take out somebody as big as Kim and work with a lot of different alliances, Giraffes and Issa, the food chain, Cassie, X, and Noah, to take out somebody like that. Kim, I will say honestly, like I think I wouldn't be here if you had stayed longer in the game. I had a hidden immunity idol. I think everybody knew about it. And it still didn't matter because even when I told people I didn't have it anymore, everybody believed I still had it. I still worked with Fred on Live Night. I still wanted to work with John, even like at the very end. Even though sometimes like I'm mirroring other people's energies. Like if you're coming in with me very strong and heated, I'll give it right back to you. While at times I'm not kind, I am generous. So Fred did not go home on Live Night. I relied on my Pisces intuition to make sure every vote after Live Night was a negotiation in my favor. Hashtag women in STEM, hashtag women in sales. I've been very deeply honest about this game. Like, I do think part of it is luck. I do think part of it is every round I always explain myself, even to people that I knew I disappointed. You know, was Cassie a bigger threat than me? Yes, I was devastated when she left. And like, honestly, if she also had stayed in the game, I don't think I would have made it this far either. Noah and I had a bunch of ups and downs. I don't think we played a very mirrored game. I know it's easier when like we're not on the jury and able to defend ourselves, but I hope you see tonight that we did play a very individual game. I very much think Noah deserves to be here just as much as Issa and I. If I hadn't have won individual immunity, I know I wouldn't have been here. And I won that shit in a Courtyard Marriott in Groveland, Florida on this very work laptop. And unfortunately, Aaron, like I love you down, even though you know, we never were in an official alliance. Like, I very much appreciate that you flipped for me. Like, I don't know another player that would have flipped for somebody. They were never in an alliance.
Kathy, I'm so sorry. The time is up. All right. That being said, we will move to Noah. Let me get my time. Your time will start when you start speaking.
I'm on the floor because people want me to be real, and I'm gonna get real in my final opening. I fought my ass off to be here in this end game. I was really messy. I realized that, and I didn't play the perfect game, but I did play in an intentional game. I think one of the main reasons why the paranoia about Kathy having an advantage was spread throughout me because I did have a call with Fred saying that like I played an original Dying Light idol. And so that's why people might have thought that's why people weren't believing because Kathy was so close with me and I was saying this. So there's multiple reasons why people could have had that paranoia. I did play a paranoid game in the sense where I like to map things out and make sure that the odds are always going to be in my favor. And in this game, that came with a sacrifice of cutting people who genuinely felt good with me, but I also knew that I had to put work into relationships, even though I knew I wasn't probably going to end up in the end game with them. But I didn't know that because I was trying to play as fluidly, round by round, and adaptably as I can. There was moments where I wasn't with the food chain, where I was trying to do other things. I had groups. I was really trying to work with giraffes. I reestablished my relationship with Aaron to get Aaron to not vote out the person that they really wanted to out and was trying to pitch to me for several rounds. And we were just saying next round. But I was like, I laid it out. I clocked X by playing a perfect middle game where I think I could have been in, but they were in charge of all the votes until they got sent home. And it was because I made that happen. And it wasn't because Kathy had VCs with Aaron's because I put in the work and I got my shield to Final Four to bring me here. Yes, Kathy gave me the idol. I have had 0 votes cast against me all season, other than the 2 negated, which I count as 0. And that's because I feel like I socially insulated myself well with people. Did it end messy? Yes. But then again, at the moment in the game, I was playing to win. I was playing to make it here and try to get as far as I can, and doing whatever I can. I won 4 individual immunity challenges. It's like a record for me. Endurance, luck, memory, and what was the other one? I don't know. There was another one. I won 4. So I'm super proud of myself. Again, I tried to orchestrate conversations through other people as I was receiving information. That's why I could have sounded more shady or more manipulative in conversations because I was viewing it from the optics of everyone. So again, I'm sorry if I made moves that disappointed people, but I was genuinely doing what I thought in the moment was best for me to get by. And I genuinely apologize for not considering the aftermath of effects and trying to rebuild things because I was scared in those moments. So yeah, with the Colin vote, I think it was pivotal for Colin to go with that round because knowing the final four and knowing that happened, knowing all the dynamics of that, we were able all to kind of like talk around individually to make that happen. The Food Chain Alliance was a big part of that. X, me, Kathy and Cassie kind of had a lot of information flowing that round. We kind of orchestrated around the V blind side. I was just trying to stay cordial with V, and I didn't want to get in a situation with V where they clocked anything that happened because V is super intuitive and super smart. So I know when game seems games, and I was threatened by that. So V going was perfect. Kim going was self-preservation because I didn't want to be used as a ploy at the end. Laura, it was just circumstantial. We were in the room. I was trying to rebuild trust with Fred and Kathy, and then Fred going. It's just people didn't want to keep Fred, but I always made sure I had the path to go forward with someone. Even Issa was saying themselves that they were telling people they didn't want me to go. That has to mean something in the game where it's like, oh, I've done that to make sure that I'm getting brought this way if I don't win immunity, which was a part of my game as well. Every conversation though, like personally with people was meaningful, and I ultimately came back to one, keep my perfect 0 vote record. I got rocked out and 0 votes, so I'm happy with that. But let's try to boost it up. Let's try to do it because I do feel like I fought my fucking ass off and I did play a superior game. And not being cocky, I'm just confident in that, and I feel proud of how I got here. Like kind of like I feel like fighting as an underdog scrap, like Michelle Fitzgerald. I may not be the girly diva pop or the icon theater person, but like I deserve to win because I outwitted, outlasted, and outplayed. Love you.
All right. Thank you, Noah. And finally, last but not least, is Issa. Issa, you can start when you start speaking.
For one last time, hello divas. I love you all down. So I'm just gonna be honest. I speak with my chest and I speak with my heart on my sleeve. I feel like every single answer I've given tonight has been pure honesty with no hesitation and really, I hate to say it, no consideration for feelings because, like I said, I don't exist to validate other people's feelings. So if you ask me a difficult question, I answered it honestly. And I feel like that's something that I do better than most people. Um, Even if it's hard, even if it's messy. Like I said, and I played a really good social game. I will say that. I know I played a really good social game, but I didn't make connections with everyone, and that's okay because guess what? That's the way the fucking cookie crumbles. And by losing some like allegiance with some people just by not connecting with them, I was able to play a more loyal game to those I swore my allegiances to, being Noah, Kathy. Like I didn't vote for giraffes. I didn't vote for X. Like I feel like there was a million things that I could have done instead that would make me more shady. Sorry, Noah. That I didn't do because I played honestly to the people I made alliances with. Um, I ran my own ship. People would ask me all the time what I was feeling, and I would either keep it to myself or I would be honest with the people that I knew I could connect to, like X, especially. Um, I was able to navigate. Like I said, I was in the top for almost every single individual immunity challenge. I'm the one who helped my swap tribe get through both of them completely unscathed without losing a single member of either. I'd like to think I'm a humble person, so this is really out of character for me. But like I said, I know I fucking ate down. I knew that at one point I had so many people gunning for my ass because I know some people saw me as more of a threat. If they didn't see me as an easy vote, I know V was telling people that I am a comp beast, which I'm not. But the fact that people were convinced by that alone, I feel like speaks volumes about me as a player because I hold myself in such high esteem and I hold myself with such confidence that I'm able to talk to people and I'm able to coast through game because I'm able to talk to these people the way I hold myself up. Um, like I said, I like to play in the shadows. I'm not going to lie about that. If my name isn't being thrown out there, I'm not going to do something intentional to put my name out there, but that doesn't mean I'm not afraid to take the risks. During live night, that entire fucking night was terrible, and it ended with me having to take a risk with cutting off Laura because at that point, I had a very good relationship with Laura. I had an alliance chat with Laura, but I had to do what I had to do. And I know that there was nothing, even if I didn't vote for her, there was nothing that could have been done. But it shows that I am able to make the difficult decisions for myself, for the people that I am aligned with, and for us to get through the fucking game as easy as possible, even if that means that we go through a bit of turbulence. Outwit, outplay, outlast. I feel like I've done all three. Obviously, I've outlasted, I've made it to the final three, even when people didn't fucking believe in me and wanted me out round three. That was round three. It is the fucking finale, and I'm still here. I feel like people have been severely underplaying my game, which is crazy because I have outlasted. I truly have, and I know I have. Outwit, I have been able to maneuver myself through multiple votes where I could have definitely gone home because I was able to put myself in a position where people didn't want me to go, whether because they saw me as a number or because they knew I was going to be loyal to them. It didn't fucking matter. I was able to put myself out there as a valuable fucking player. Fucking 3 rounds post merge in a row. I won one individual immunity. I was in the top for most of the other ones, if not all of them. I outplayed. My life has been so messy, but even despite that, I am here. I am present. I've talked to every single person on the jury, and I'm so lucky to have done that because genuinely, this has been such an amazing experience playing with such talented people. And the fact that I've been able to last longer than people that I genuinely think are some top players is incredible to me. But I feel like that goes to show my character as a person, as a player, as this shows where my head is at. Like, obviously, I made mistakes. I'm not going to say I played a perfect game. It's impossible to play a perfect game with all the shit being thrown at you. And of course, I got lucky. I'm not going to lie and say that I didn't get incredibly lucky round three. But from that point on, I was able to continue being diligent and intentional with every single move I did. If I let it slip for even a fucking second, I know I wouldn't be here. I'd be either up in the jury or in the pre-jury, and I know that with my full heart that if I didn't play this game to the full extent that I did, I would not be here, which goes to show how much I did, how much effort I put into this fucking game, how much I put into the relationships in this game, and how much time. All of it shows because I'm here. And I feel like that alone should help convince you that you should vote for me to win. Divas, I love you down. It has been an incredible season. I love you.
All right, Kathy, Noah, you could come on camera, and that is that. I'm gonna say this because I say it after every tribal council for all of you. Take a deep breath through the nose, out the mouth, and then through the nose again, and out the mouth. Congratulations, you've survived Distortion Survivor, Cursed Legacies, Final Tribal. What I want you to do, I know you guys have been drinking throughout this, but get a drink, get some water, take a rest. For the jurors that are watching, it is time. You go to your prod chat, submit your vote. This is a vote to win the game. So remember, you are voting for a winner. Please, 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 please do not vote someone out. You are voting for a winner.
Be Topaz.
Yeah, don't be Topaz. That being said, jurors, once you submit your votes, you can join the Zoom. From there, we'll do the vote reveal. As well, this Zoom will be sent over to the pre-jurors. So if any of them are interested in joining, they can also join. So that being said, it's time to vote, jurors. As well, we are live with the viewers lounge. So if you want to make any shout outs, now would be the time to do so.
Shout out Jessica Scove. I love you, girl.
Shout out to Christina from my work who's watching. Thank you, Diva. I love you. She literally
Shout
does not
out.
know anything about this, and she's literally like, she was watching the paper challenge. She goes, "How are people holding on?" Like, she goes, "Oh my God, John's a beast." I'm like, "I know, girl, just wait." Like, she didn't expect to get hooked. And then shout out to Julia Rowe. And shout out to you guys. You're all beautiful.
Shout out to Jared. You have been my day oneer since fucking Hypnotic Big Brother. I love you, man. You are fucking awesome. Thank you for putting up with all of my bullshit. Thank you to Alex Mercoulis and Heather Rich for getting me into orgs in the first place. Thank you to my IRL Anthony, who I have been telling, and I'm trying to get him into orgs because he also loves reality games and has been my #1 cheerleader. And thank you, thank you, thank you to everyone this season. Like my pussy poppers. I love you guys down. My prod. Like you guys ran a fucking incredible game. Everyone in jury, pre and post, like merge. I love you all down. It has been such an incredible season, and I am so, so thankful to have done it.
No, literally, shout out this whole cast. This has been the most like positive org experience I've had. Not that others weren't necessarily positive, but like I just love all of you, like down, genuinely. Like it's been so fun and silly. Thank you.
Genuinely.
Does anyone want to do me the honor of changing my name from iPad to my actual name?
I got you, Aaron.
Thank you.
The Domino's Queen, you made it home from work, Laura. Laura, you're gonna love your rites of passage. You're gonna love it.
Yes.
So funny story. They let me go home from work early. I got home and got to my laptop right after my jury question.
Oh, right. And you didn't send a text? Just kidding. Oh my God, no, John's clothes. Fuck.
Damn. I thought I was gonna say something too. I'm like, I know John's gonna be without a shirt. I know it in my heart. I fucking
John
knew it.
forgot. John was in the shower and it was just like got the link and had to happen.
And John stole my joke.
And then John got killed.
Not
John got
iPad.
killed.
That was my joke.
One. Me counting.
Oh no, literally, because like, who hasn't voted yet? I'm scared.
And I will say
It
KP
was
did
me,
show up
sorry.
after my skit.
Yeah.
I was spinning a wheel.
Holy shit.
There you go,
Yes,
John. Thank
John.
you. I couldn't stop and get one. I was in the middle of driving. So, I got here
John-
literally.
Tim had to
John-
drive safely. That's all that matters.
John with the giant
Tim made it
buzzball.
safely home.
Shut up, buzzball.
Shout out to John, who
Buzzball.
had time after getting murdered via the psycho scene to still pick up alcohol.
Oh, I
I feel like y'all don't know like the whole Buzzball story. I'll have to tell you guys later. But people thought I was a sponsor for Buzzball at some point on these.
That's from when Kim and my wife played together.
Wait, I do
Oh
need to
my
hear that
God.
story, I fear.
Reunion's gonna be lit.
Reunion's gonna be lit, y'all. I'm literally getting mom water in all of y'all's households.
Oh my God, Grace.
Gracie, Freddy Krueger.
Hey.
Damn, the entire parade is here.
I lost my
Billy
claw,
is the
so
guy
I'm
from Gravity
using-
Falls?
I'm using these. I lost my claw, so I'm using these.
Okay,
The guy from Gravity Falls
Wait.
is wild.
Grace is serving body in my dreams.
Yes.
I
And
have
in
my mom
mine.
water.
Wait, is
Yeah, come on now.
My wife would
They
like to
don't
say
sell
that she
mom
wants you
water
guys
in
to look at her
Utah.
new Phillies hat.
Damn.
Oh.
Okay,
so
so
wait,
water
is
in
that water like
Timmy,
natural
I'll
flavor
ship.
It's
Go
an ice cream in a
Phillies!
hat.
alcohol. It's alky. It's alcohol.
Hey,
Okay.
Billy, when's your wife playing Distortion?
They want to know when you're playing Distortion. She said she's going to play next season.
Okay, I'm holding. I'll hold it.
Nice.
See,
So
if
keep
you
an eye
know,
on
what
because
I
we have
heard
a
was
little fun stuff
hell no.
after.
Hey,
What I-
maybe you can get my wife to play next season then. Too.
Hey, yeah, pull
It's
my
just all
husband in.
wives. It's all
Hi, I
wives.
would have been
wives.
here sooner, but I got a surprise double eviction with a safety chain, and I ended up being not picked at all. So I'm fighting for my life in this Big Brother right now. Hey!
Hey.
Oh, hey.
Nice. Hey.
Distortion,
By the way-
blood versus water win.
Let the record show I don't have
When is
alcohol,
it?
but to suffer, I will
When is
take
it?
lemon juice shots with y'all. 'Cause that's all
When
I
it
got.
comes to alcohol,
Yes.
I
am
could go
all
pour
for it.
myself a vodka Diet Coke real quick.
I am
Yes.
prepared for tonight.
I'll be
I
right
Damn,
back.
bitch. Okay, T. By the way,
Okay,
V, I couldn't
Kathy?
say this during your question. I love the sweater.
Thank you.
Oh my
I
God,
have
someone
one
get
with
a
the
clip
ghost
of
pants
Kathy
and
with
one
the
with the
water.
water stars as well.
Okay,
Wada
Kathy, I think
wada.
I'll put this
Kathy,
off.
what the heck?
We're worried about your addiction.
Kathy's sister, take a screenshot.
I
did.
am a psychology major, Kathy. If you need help, please let me know.
Aaron's a
After-
I
psych
have some amazing
major.
links.
Aaron
Grin
is a psych
on your
major.
face in this photo is so funny.
Wait, I have to see.
It's loading.
You are
Oh,
so
love that.
You were so quick with that.
You were
Oh,
quick.
I saw
Oh my
it and I was
God.
like, don't move.
I'm
Don't
back.
Y'all
move.
listen.
Just
listen.
wait until I get to pause this later after it's all done and get screen grabs.
Yes.
Oh, toast.
Another
No,
like
Benji, I have a sunburn. Do not get nothing with my sunburn.
Listen.
And because you specifically said that.
Your son kissed. Your son kissed. Spin it.
Listen, ask Prod. I got one really great screen cap from this final tribal. So,
No.
and I'm back. Okay. So I have the votes again tonight. You want to see your name on the parchment. But first, I want to say thank you so much for a wonderful season. I've told some of the jurors this, but for the returnees, yes, this was supposed to be a full returnee season. Unfortunately, Distortion had some personal stuff come up, and we had to push the season back. I want to thank the newbies who came at such short notice when we had asked them to participate in this season. I want to thank my prod team. I want to thank Jen. I want to thank Benji. I want to thank Timmy and Miner who joined on this season and have made this a wonderful season. I want to thank Nick and Rachel. I know they're not here, but they did help with the pre-planning. I want to thank two special people. Sorry, it's the rest of Prod, but I want to thank Billy, my main man. I'm super grateful that after 13 seasons, we're still here. And to Grace, I love you so much. I am so thankful. Season 12 came at a weird time for me and Grace, and we really weren't able to be hands-on with the season. But I'm so glad that this season we were able to host such a wonderful cast of all of you. But tonight, it ends, and I have the votes. So let's get to them. Again, you want to see your name on these parchments. First vote is for Kathy. Second vote is for Issa. Third vote, Kathy. Fourth vote, Issa. Fifth vote, Kathy. Sixth vote, Issa. Seventh vote, Kathy. Eighth vote, Issa. Ninth vote, Kathy. 10th vote. And the winner of Distortion Survivor Curse Legacies. Congratulations, Kathy.
Yes, ma'am.
Kathy, if you have any words, now would be the time.
Y'all, never throughout this whole season did I think I was winning. I'm not kidding. I was like on so many cliffs. I jumped off cliffs. I held on to cliffs. I literally sent like a donkey meme like every day to Prod in chat asking for the idol hunt. I literally, when I got the idol, I was like, wow, I'm so up. And then I proceeded to drink mom waters and then tell like half the tribe at Merge about my idol. Thank you for all the votes. Thank you for all the new friendships. Thank you, Prod. That's it.
As well, congratulations, Issa, on your second place. You have the floor.
Thank you to the divas who voted me. I expected to get 0 votes. I'll say that. Honestly, fucking amazing season. Like I said before, everything rings true. I'm so thankful for everyone I got to meet. Noah, Kathy, I'm so glad that we got to go to Final 3 together. Like, genuinely, pussy poppers, I love you to death. And everyone else, Prod, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
All right. And Noah, we'll talk more during awards and reunion, but no, I'm saying like we'll talk more about your game during awards and reunion, but you have the floor.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I think y'all are a bunch of bitter bitches, and I think I ate all of you down. Call me delusional, call me a bitch. I ate. And one thing I'm gonna do is eat and get an iconic winner that I approve of if it's not me. And that was gonna be Issa or Kathy. I already got my dues. I got my girl my win. Peace.
Once again, congratulations, Kathy. We know our history in the last game we played, and I was like, we got to get Kathy. And Benji said, on it. And so now, like I said, the people we recruited this season, we tried to reach all over. to get some amazing people. So when you said yes, we were super thankful. And now we're here. I think Prod can attest. There were multiple points where I was like, oh, this is going to be just like Deception. Kathy's going to run and then get like eighth. And you just kept running. And it was really fun to watch. And I'm super thankful to have you in our winner circle. Issa, we also just played together in Hypnotic. And the amount of times that, just like in this game where you were targeted a lot, but you were able to escape out of it, and you were able to get far in that game, and to be able to cast you this season. You were the first person we asked for this season when we were deciding to bring newbies back, or not back, but bring newbies onto the cast. And I was like, so when's the next time you want to play in Oregon? You were like, now. So I was super thankful. Again, congratulations on second place. Noah, only one of 3 people to be rocked out. And like I said, you still hold this true. You have
Did you
0
attack him
votes.
again?
You have 0 votes to your name between 2 seasons of
Okay.
Distortion Survivor.
Did it lessen at all?
Benji. Right.
Benji?
Benji, you're drunk.
Sorry, I forgot my mic was on.
As I was saying, though, Noah, like I said, you are a part of a very small elite group. Honestly, of all 3 people, no, it's 3 now, because Staten, Cody, and you all have been rocked out, and you have 0 votes to your name in Distortion Survivor. Well, Cody has 2 votes to his name, but you and Staten both were rocked out in your original season, and in Staten's original season, he got 0 votes to his name. I'm pretty sure. You have 0 votes to your name. That's what I'm trying to say. Congratulations. I am so glad that when we thought of people to ask back, you were literally at the top of the list. Like, you were playing it in season 12 and just went on the wrong side. Well, not even the wrong side of the vote, the wrong side of the rocks. And now you're here. And like I said, we'll talk about your game more later, but yeah. That being said, Benji, if you're not drinking,
I am certainly not drinking. I wish I was, Diva.
Oh, okay. Well, you have the awards.
I also can you make me co-host at least to share screen? I still need
Don't give that
permission.
much power.
I'll give Benji that much power. Once again, congratulations on Kathy. Thank you so much, the whole cast. Again, ask me in like a month or 2, but this has definitely been like a top 5 season of Distortion for me. And like I said, might be recency. Ask me in a month or 2, but it's been such a blast to host you guys. The fact that like there was been, I think, 2 votes in the merge that had 2 people in it, and every other vote had 3 or more, just proves to the chaos and the greatness of this season. That being said, we have awards. And okay, Miner posted a photo of me in the project. I don't even know where you got that. I'm trying to find the list.
I also don't know where he got that.
Okay. Miner, I'll have to ask
Iconic.
you later. Anyways, we are going to start right at the top, and if this list is correct, then we are starting with Hero.
That is correct, and I will be taking that. Hi, everyone. Um, Again, congratulations, Kathy, to my finalists, Issa and Noah. Fantastic job getting here. Doesn't go unnoticed. We are going to start with Hero of the Season. As your resident winner of this award from season 5, it only seems fair that I help pass the torch of this award down to someone here who represents that of a hero. Someone who has fought bravely, valiantly, honestly, to a fault, and a multitude of other facets to have a shining light cast on them throughout their gameplay. Although there are a vast amount of humans who fit that bill, in terms of this season, these are our nominees. We have Laura, John, and Colin. There can only be one winner, and the winner of this season's Hero of the Season award goes to John.
Congrats.
John, you were fantastic to watch from beginning to end. Made me laugh my ass off these last few rounds. Getting to watch you play, you stuck to your guns. You were true to yourself. You didn't bullshit much at anyone throughout this game. I was sad to see you go when you did go. You were one of my picks to potentially take it all the way. I'm proud of you. I hope you're proud of yourself. Congratulations. This award is yours.
Thank you. And even though I have
Thank-
almost no voice, I love that I stuck with that as my prod pick.
I think.
Wait, chug
I
the
think
buzz
really.
ball. Chug the buzz ball. Chug it.
Chug,
Chug
chug,
it.
chug,
Chug it.
chug, 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 chug.
Chug.
Okay.
That's our hero.
That's our hero.
So, you
Yes!
guys, I'm also just gonna say this real quick. I know we're like being funny, hee hee and ha ha. We do want to get through these as diligently as possible. A few moments here or there is fantastic, but we just want to keep things moving along and celebrate all of you across the board, okay?
I just want to mention that, John, I want to take this award away from you after what you just did in FTC, but totally deserved here.
To kind of come out, yeah, no, John, you definitely fit this hero for what this season was, and I'm going to be clowning you guys throughout this awards thing, but there was so much chaos and so much messiness, and you were like that person who always stayed very truthful and always stuck to what you were doing the whole time, and I feel that's a very heroic thing, and you had so much, and you had so much love for everybody around, and your funny moments just like it always made people laugh and it made people feel good.
I've always said if somebody's going to clown me, I'm going to clown myself first.
Oh,
And
y'all, all of y'all are gonna get clown. You'll see as we get through this.
because
Or-
I will roast myself first before I'll roast anybody else.
Go ahead, Benji.
Yeah, I've seen John with no shirt on before.
Oops, that just cut out.
But no pants was a first. Can y'all hear me?
I
Like I
can
said,
now.
I'm getting a new mic.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay.
I'm
gonna
gonna do
say-
a mic check for Seb.
Okay, what I was gonna say is I've seen John without a shirt many of times, but without pants, that was a first.
All right, looks like we will be moving on. I believe, Billy, you have the floor.
Yeah, so we're gonna move on to villain of the season. If you've ever played an org with me or been around with me, you guys know that I am not a very heroic player. I'm usually someone who's willing to backstab, who's willing to lie, who's willing to do things that maybe not the most questionable, who may be able to do some questionable things to move ahead in the game. All you guys look shocked because you know me. But at the end of the day, there is a few of you people who have risen above the rest and have decided to be a little more villainous than anybody else. And let's see the nominees. We have Noah. We have Kathy. And we have X. I will say, this is probably the hardest decision we've had to make out of the three. Like, literally all three of you guys absolutely brought it in the villainy. But I do think there was one really solid contender for this, and the winner would be Benji.
And the winner will
Sorry.
be.
And the winner will be. I don't think this comes as a shock to anybody.
What?
Noah, you did a lot of things that some people may be deemed as questionable. You got raked over the coals tonight for it. Obviously, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying you did some very.
It isn't.
We'll talk after the season. But I will say, I saw a lot of moves that you made. I see a lot of the explanations you had. Some people weren't necessarily happy, but at the end of the day, someone's got to fill the role of being the bad guy, and you were the bad guy in a lot of people's stories. But
Call
at the
me
end of the
Cass
day, you
McClellan.
should be proud of this.
Everyone's gotta have their cast. Yeah, I own it, I guess. I am the villain of the season. Take that, V, bitch. That's a friendly bitch. I love V. I'm tipsy.
Seb, can you let Fred in?
Don't
Fred
let
is
him in.
in.
Oh, Fred here. Okay, I didn't see him. He just messaged me. That's why.
Thank you. I will take that with pride on my back. Cheers.
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 Yes.
What's next on the agenda?
I'm so
Cheers.
glad you asked.
Ooh, it's my turn. Yay, 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 yay. All right, so I'll have you know that this pre-jury was always going to hurt. I think that, like I said, this was a cast full of people that we had personally reached out to ask to play. Either you've played before and we wanted you to get your chance, or you've never played this game before. We wanted you to get your chance. So that being said, we have three people who left before the merge and the jury phase, even though the theme for half of this game, for a literal whole tribe, was pre-jury. And so someone's getting robbed pre-jury here. So Benji, if you could show us the options, they are Cody, Jaywin, and Jay. All right. Again, all three people who I think deservedly so did not deserve the spot they did. They were robbed, but no, we did not forget Danny and Aaliyah. All right, we are going, and the winner of most robbed pre-juror is Jay. So Jay is literally the last pre-juror, and if you asked us, literally, I'll talk more about this in the reunion, but my winner pick preseason completely changed after the first night because when Jay played season 8, he was a lot more laid back. He was a lot more trusting. He completely flipped the way that he was trying to play this game, and he ate. Not even gonna lie. Like, if y'all stayed on OG tribes, like, Jay was going far. And we'll talk more about this, but some advantages in this game did not need to be revealed out loud. And some people did not know that. But I think if Jay was able to survive that tribal council, I think he would have linked up right with the people he was going to in the first place, and he would have made a really deep run, in my opinion.
I was actually very depressed to see Jay go here personally. Especially in the situation that it happened. I literally was like, and this person knows who they are because they were the flip vote. And I'm gonna try and find them on the camera, staring right at you, X. But honestly, Jay had a absolute killer handle on this game. He was first in trust rankings on that OG tribe for a solid minute. Super trusted within the groups. Had people like Fred and Kim looking out for him. Like, it was just very. He would have made it super far if the swap didn't fuck him.
Yeah, Jay, I when coming from season 8, he didn't do as well, so I didn't know what was gonna happen here. And the way that he socially dominated the dying light tribe, all of you had so much trust in him. And I literally was like, oh, this guy, he is going to do so well. He's going to make it deep. Like, there's, and like what Billy was saying, there is a few rounds he was at the top of the trust rankings on that tribe. And so then that swap happens, and he was not supposed to be the person going at that tribal council. And I do feel if Jay survived this merge phase of this game, would have been so different. We would have had a very different outcome with where the placements were on the jury and potentially the FTC at the end.
All right. Next up is the inverse of this. We have Rob Preacher and we have Roger.
Rob Juror, yes. Hi, I'm back. Hope y'all like the haircut. I am back to present the Rob Juror Award. A Rob Juror is someone who is so close yet so far away. Whether they were blindsided, left due to circumstances not within their control, or taken out for a clear path to the end, these were people that made you want to root for them, and we were sad when their time ended before they felt that it should. Here are tonight's nominees for the season. We have Giraffes, Fred, and Kim. there can only be one winner. So our Rob juror for season 13 of Cursed Legacies is Fred. Fred, I was definitely one of those people. I was very sad to see you go at the time that you did. You were dominating. You were such a force. You were unafraid to move or make moves when you felt that you were ready. Um, Super proud of how you played this season. And yeah, Rob Jur, this is yours. Do you have anything you want to say?
I was going to say something real quick before you jump into
Okay,
that.
go ahead, Billy.
I think a lot of this comes from, at least from Prod's perspective, was that whole live night scenario where you were quite literally public enemy number one going into a round where two people were going home and you received a singular vote, and that was it. I don't know what happened in those breakout rooms. Other people know a little more better than I do, but the fact that you were able to escape, even though it didn't last very long, you had a lot of people pressed in terms of where you stood. You had a super strong strategical handle on the game, but a lot of people were not willing to take you as much further. So that's at least my opinion.
Yeah, I learned my lesson. Never target Kathy in a game ever again. Yeah, that's the lesson I learned.
I learned that a long time ago. Get with the times. But
I love
for
you
real,
both so much.
that being said, I think that honestly, like I think about, you can ask Prod. I've been very much like romanticizing this season in my head. Like, how would the stories go if like this was an actual season? And like to go from like literally probably the most quiet player Distortion has ever seen in activity wise in season 5 to probably one of the loudest players this season. Like it was such a flip around. It was so fun to watch. And the fact that your boot was probably decided like 20 to 30 minutes before because Noah and X got in a big fight. And then randomly, well, not randomly, but they were like, okay, guys, we're just going to do Fred though, right? And they're like, yeah, okay, let's go do Fred. But it was a very fun night. Unfortunately, you left, but and yeah.
Like trying to unmute myself. But yeah, no, literally kind of like a similar thing with Jay. I feel like if you did not go, I feel you had a very good shot of getting to the end of this game and you had the jury there to back you up on that. And I just feel there was just so much unfinished potential with you getting booted and there is more to be seen. But unfortunately, you got voted out.
All right, moving along to the next award, we have physical pots. Jen, you have the floor.
As Distortion Productions resident Baron, we felt it was fitting for me to give this award. Yeah, so our nominees for Physical Player of the Season are Fred, Issa, and Noah. Well, I think you all are fantastic. I feel, and we all feel like this one may be a little bit obvious. But that being said, the winner of this award goes to, with 4 individual immunity wins. Of course, it's Noah.
Mother.
If there's anything you did, I mean, you were fantastic this entire game, but you ate these challenges up like it was nobody's
Literally.
business.
Oh, thank you, Jen. I love you so much for
Love you
presenting
so
this.
much.
Practice makes perfect. If Billy says you have as many rounds as you have possible to gamble, gamble for as many rounds as you want to gamble. If you want to hold up paper and listen to Beyonce, hold up paper and listen to Beyonce. I mostly just wanted to make sure these people didn't have a chance to vote me out. So yeah, I love physical.
Yeah, we'll talk about it with a certain final 6 vote later. But I do think that we'll talk about it later, but Some people had the chance to take you out when you didn't win immunity, and some
Yeah.
people didn't.
See.
And you were able to, the thing is that as you got through each of those rounds that you were not immune, you were able to go right back and win another comp to make sure you had another day to live. And that was pretty cool to see. And seeing the fight that you and John had during paperweight was such a highlight for sure.
Oh my God, John. I thought John was like, we almost needed to call Megan there. I was scared.
I was scared too. Much respect for that.
I was really
Hell of
scared.
respect for that.
Oh, and then Cassie up there for a hot minute too with y'all.
I was scared going against John. Endurance beast. But yeah, never done that.
Everybody's
Never
scared
want
of
to do
the
it
fat
again.
guy.
Do this.
Hey, I just knew you had stamina from being Mr. Krabs, so.
As Hip Hop Harry once said, who's next?
Go. Okay, we have strategic pods. Billy, you have the floor.
Yeah. Again, if you've ever played Norg with me, you know I like to ignore the physical. You know I like to ignore the social, and I love to play the strategic game. This is my favorite aspect of the game. I truly believe this is why we play Survivor. At the end of the day, strategy can come in a lot of forms, a lot of ways that you may not expect. So let's see our nominees for Strategic Player of the Season. Let's see our nominees for the Strategic Player of the Season.
All
That's
right.
crazy.
We have Cassie. We have Fred. And we have Noah. And our winner is somewhat surprising for a lot of people.
Mother.
Cassie would be our strategic player of the season. And when we come in, we say Cassie played a very social game. She also played a super strategical game, whether that was linking up with Kathy, whether that was making sure that she was in the majority alliances on the OG rookie tribe and working with people on the outside. Cassie had a very strong grip on the strategical game and was basically in the know for almost everything that happened in this game, no matter what. There was not really many conversations Cassie wasn't a part of. If anyone needed to start a vote, the first person they went to, Cassie. Like pretty much just like anytime that anybody was upset and needed to hop on a call, Cassie. Anytime someone needed to basically just shoot any type of game, whether throw out a singular name, Cassie. Just very super. It might have been seen as a social, but she was able to leverage that into a strategic way. So, congratulations.
Yeah, I wanna touch this as well as like I feel like as we say, a lot of Cassie's game was social, but I think Cassie was fantastic with turning that social into strategic. She took the information she had, and instead of using it in a more social way, like some players will see when we talk about social pots, Cassie really took that information and fully ran with it, making plans, planning things out, hopping on calls with Kathy, hopping on calls with Food Chain, hopping on calls with other people, just plotting and planning and using that social and really standing firm on their position each round, I felt.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you could tell, I'm a little surprised because honestly, I have Z in my inbox right now telling me that pigs have flied because must have flown because I am not known for my strategic and I appreciate it. I guess my strategy is to be social. And I mean a lot of the calls where I got on with people who were upset, that was not strategic, but I'm glad that it helped my game, but that wasn't the purpose. But thanks. That
Well,
might be
I'm
the
just
first
gonna
and last
interject to
time.
that because getting to watch you, this is the first time I've gotten to watch you in all of your splendor. Your social leading into your strategic and leading into your decisions were phenomenal. There were very few times that I had seen you kind of slip or tremble or fall until it ultimately got you. Um, so that is very warranted and backed up. Talk your shit. All right. Like, I'm very proud of you as one of my picks. Super, super proud. Happy to see all that you've been able to accomplish and all that you will accomplish.
I think what we're gonna mention just real quick is that you don't believe in yourself as a strategical player, but when you become a strategical player, it's based off the information you do receive as a social player, and it's making the right decisions based off of that. You did not make many decisions at all, bad decisions at all. Like I probably minimal in this cast. A lot of people made mistakes in terms, and we'll get to that later. But a lot of people made mistakes when you got all this information. A lot of people can fuck up in that position, and you really did not. So.
And I feel too, even though you're like, oh, you're kind of shook at getting this, and you are seen as the more social player, kind of to piggyback, you had a lot of information come into you because you just had a lot of people that trusted you, and the way that you use that information to keep getting through each of these rounds, it still had people trusting you. Definitely was really such a cool thing to see. And yeah, no, that's you are one of those people who can turn that social game into a very, very good strategic game.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thanks, guys.
All
To the
right,
next.
Benji.
All right, moving right along, we got social pots. Your turn, Ted.
Hi, I'm here. So, as Billy said, if you've played with him, you know he's strategic. If you know me, I'm very social, and that's why Billy works with me in games because I am social. And so these players really took that social to another level, whether that was, playing the middle or standing firm or just really strong and very high in their trust rankings, like just consistently being ranked number one multiple times, or someone who's always been towards the top. But I
You
think
froze.
What a position to
the,
pause
the
in.
social pots are
Sorry
for the laugh.
Cassie, X, and Kathy. We feel that these three people were not only super high in their trust rankings, but used their social leverage to really just succeed in the social aspect of the game. So the winner of social pots goes to Kathy. So obviously you won the season. So but in our opinion, we'll release trust ranking stuff later, but you were number one up until I think about like what, final 6?
Mm-hmm.
Billy, is that correct?
So, just for trust rankings purposes, because it did jump around a little bit, it was Cassie in the beginning of the merge, but it was Cassie a lot in the beginning of the game. But once we hit the merge, it was very much Kathy to the point in the second round of merge. Kathy, you had 5 people rank you number one on their trust rankings. And that's kind of an insane value that you're able to basically socially integrate yourself so much with 5 different individuals on a 12-person tribe that they all felt like that you were their number one. And obviously you had to make some really tough decisions after that, but at the same time, like you clearly showed that you could do that. So, yeah.
Wow. Oh my God.
Yeah, your trust rankings, especially in like going into the middle of the merge, you had the 5 people ranking you at the top. And not only that, but I feel there were times where you could have been very vulnerable to be voted out of the game, and you still ended up surviving and ended up being able to keep those social bonds up and going. And you got here.
Oh my gosh. Ah, that's crazy. I was not expecting that. I literally like I don't know. I always doubt myself in Survivor games because the first one I was a first boot, but also I've just watched more Big Brother, so I never really thought I was like a Survivor girl. But thanks.
And look at you now.
Look at me now. I'm a Survivor girl.
All right. And Benji, what's next?
I'm so glad you asked.
We have regular
pots.
pods. Now we do have other words after this, but in the style of Distortion, we're not like other orgs. We're not like most girls. And so we're gonna do pots here. I think, honestly, a lot of you played really strong games at one point or another throughout the season, whether that's right at the tail end of the game. What if that was right at the start of the game, the beginning of the merge, the middle merge, the swap? I feel like all of you have done and were great positions and either were voted out because of it or, the tides changed. But we feel that these players really exemplified what this game meant. Now, Kathy, as the winner of the season, you will not be nominated for pods because you are already the player of the season. But who is going to be the player of the season? Nominees are X, Noah, and Cassie. Now, again, the three of you ate at certain points in this game, just to go in a little more depth. In the early merge, I think X played one of the most impressive middle games I've ever seen in Distortion. Cassie, as we talked about before, your strategic prowess and your social game got you this far. And like we'll talk about later, no, I think that your game is truly slept on in certain aspects. And I think that the strategic aspect compared to Kathy's social really helped out not only you, but her this season. But there's only one pods, and also I'm proud feel that this person would not have lost the game if they sat at Final Tribal. So the player of the season is Cassie. Cassie, you killed this game. Like, I think that us on Prod, we were talking about this earlier today when we were deciding awards. If you were not sniped at 7th, you would be sitting at the Final Tribal. You would be winning this game, like 100%. And I just want to say, you could check, you can ask Prod, but you were my preseason winner pick. So when you were sniped at 7th, I was like, oh goodness, like what am I gonna do now? But I honestly, Cassie, as Billy said before, during strategic pots, there are very little mistakes you made in this game, and like you were taken out purely on the fact that you were a threat to the game and you would have won at the end. And I think this is most deserved on production's end to you.
I think we're gonna sit here and say like when X had to make that decision to cut you, like it was a very emotional decision, but it was absolutely the correct decision because like at the end of the day, it was like it had to happen or no matter what. Like I think you would have 10 0'd this jury, just straight up to the point. I think you absolutely killed it. The only person who even had any remote of sus on you the entire season was Farrell. And everyone else was kind of like, Cassie's great. Like
Jay
we
as
love
well.
her. But still, like if you had sus on Cassie, you went home. That's just the way the game went.
Yeah, no, girl, you ate. Like the pre-merge, you were dominating on socially, you were dominating that tribe. Well, maybe the first round, you were up there, but you really got up there. And the fact that you and Laura were in a tribe minority going into your swap tribe, and the work that you, and along with X as well, gonna give him that credit as well, the work that y'all did together to get you to survive, and then also as well, and then just seeing you in this merge phase of the game and seeing how a lot of people tried so much trust in you, and you were such a force to be reckoned with. And you definitely, every time people came into that jury, they spoke so highly of you, and you didn't do a lot, like what we were saying, you didn't do a lot wrong, and you just did so well. And it was so, again, like I'm gonna say this for everybody, it was so like it was really cool to see that.
I would love to speak on this as well. Cassie, like honestly, watching you play, extremely impressive as someone who did not know you before this season. Watching the way your brain works and you just being so open about it in your project helps a lot. Honestly, I wish I got Wendy's for dinner, my local Wendy's. That way I could show it to you, because you know. Um, I'm just extremely proud of you. You ate down.
Well, thank you. Like, I did not see that coming again. I'm proud of how I played, so I'm glad that I'm glad that you guys were too. Um, so there are a lot of really great players in this season. So like definitely a little intimidating to get this one. But it means a lot. So yeah, like yeah, I don't even know what to say. Like didn't think that was gonna happen. So thank you guys. It means a lot.
Well, it did, girl. It did.
But we still have other words to get through. So, Benji.
That's right. Next up, we have Best Alliance. Billy, go ahead.
I'm gonna be honest. You guys kept making a lot of these chats this season that would be existent for like one round and then they'd be absolutely trashed and thrown to the curb. It was very fluid in terms of that aspect, but there were a few chats that existed that lasted a little bit longer than just the one round. But I don't really have much to say on it. Just kind of just like we had a few, and you guys kind of mentioned it a lot during FTC about the important chats that existed. So the nominees are the Pussy Poppers, Food Chain, East Coast Baddies, and Three Lasher.
Oh.
A slasher. It looks like.
So, well, I just say Three Lasher. It's funny. And our winner is Food Chain. So I feel like at this point, like this chat had a lot of longevity. It contained a lot of the major power players this season in terms of a lot of people who were making a lot of the executive decisions on where the votes were going. It obviously had a lot of tension, especially the time that some people decided to get a little testy, but they can like, speak for themselves. But this chat had a lot of longevity, and honestly, if they just decided to like go to Final Four together, they could have easily done it. It just did not work the way that needed to. But at the same time, you guys absolutely killed it. You guys are also racking up awards, so clearly.
My thing
Yeah.
is, oh, go ahead.
Oh, I just love y'all. That's it.
Oh, I was gonna
Yeah.
say, what really did it for this alliance for me is the fact that you guys would have your disagreements for certain rounds, and I remember it was during, I'm trying to remember. See, my memory's over here phasing me. The rounds where X and Noah got into that fight and y'all were like so off on the same page, but then you guys still came back it was a Fred vote. You guys still came back together. And there's a few times there were some disagreements happening, but y'all still found a way to make it work and still found a way to work as a unit until Cassie was voted out.
Yeah, it was like a dysfunctional family, honestly. Like it felt like Kathy and I were like sent away to summer camp on the new Rookie Spirit tribe and our estranged lover parents ex and there's Laura's stepdaughter Cassie's stepdaughter Laura on the swap tribe and they kind of congregated into a little family, had beef, and then we kind of came together and joined groups and well, obviously, Sissy and Bro. Ooh, no. Me and Kathy were like, that was gross. Me and Kathy were obviously gonna be more stubborn in our ways because we were talking on the side before going into the food chain, talking about what we wanted to fucking do. Um, so yeah, dysfunctional family with love. And Cassie was just there always being like, guys, please, like, please, this is so perfect for me. Like, let's get this, not she didn't say this, but like, this is so good. We can have a happy family. So it was fun. Yeah.
And speaking of pauses, we do have more awards. Up next, let's see, we have Duo of the Season, followed by one of my favorite duos of the season, Timmy and Minor. It is your turn.
Us, we do get to present awards. Um, Duo of the season. Happily, I did win this season one, so I'm happy to pass this many seasons later on to people who are just wonderful. A duo is people who work very well together. We all know that. I don't know where I was going with that sentence. But we do have some wonderful nominees for Duo of the Season. We have Cassie and Kathy. We have Kathy and Noah. And we have Fred and John. God, look at that picture of John. It exists.
There are a lot of honorable mentions for this award, by the way. We have people like Cassie and X. We have Issa and Aaron. Just a few off the top of my head. You guys operated a lot in duos this season.
Yeah,
Aaron and
Very
Kim,
duo
Colin
heavy,
and
kind
B.
of alliance heavy.
A lot of duo heavy this season.
And with that being said, there is one duo who cut above the rest. As we said, there's so many duos of this season, but that duo of the season is... It is Cassie and Kathy. And you guys get this award because at no point during this season did production think that you would turn against each other at all. And you didn't. And even if Cassie had stayed in that vote, we believe that you two would have been sitting in FTC together or at some point screwed over together. But the way you two were locked step in your decisions, and it's also fun that one is Potts, one is the winner of the season, and I think your duo showcases that as well. So congratulations. Minor, do you have anything to add?
Yeah, just seeing your chats together, it was just very fun. It was like fun, and then you got the game talk. It was just like in sync all the way through, and it was just fun to watch.
And it also like the longevity of this duo, like started off really in the beginning, like especially when like the rookie Cougars were made, when you guys made that 3-person chat with Jaywin. You guys really started to lock in at that point, and then you guys had that longevity throughout the game together. And then even just like Kathy, like literally being on Tribal when Cassie's voted out and being like, what the fuck just happened? Like just truly in the dark, just very just I could be wrong and Prod could be wrong, but I really don't think either one of you guys were looking to cut each other anytime soon. Like, but with a lot of these other duos, there was a lot of the, hey, we might cut them at 4, we might cut them at 5. Yeah, this duo definitely locked in.
And I was just gonna say that again, Noah and Kathy were very close to winning this, but Noah, not unfortunately, but Noah did talk about cutting Kathy at Final Four in his prod chat a lot. And like Timmy mentioned, like we fully felt that if Cassie and Kathy made it to the end, like they were not going to cut each other. We could be wrong, but ultimately, yeah.
That battle would have been so cunty in the best way.
No, Cassie literally was there for me. Like I kind of downplayed a lot of like our relationship like at Swap and at Merge, but like Cassie really was like locked and loaded with me. And like unfortunately when I was blindsided by her vote, I mean, in a way I was like kind of glad I was blindsided, but I mean it just hurt. Like every day of Swap, I was like day 1000 of missing Cassie. Like in my prod chat, you were my Gary and I wanted you to come home.
I wanted to come home. No, I mean, there's not a chance. Like my thing is, once I decided that I was, thanks guys. Once I decided that I was with Kathy, like there's not a chance. Like even if I would have been fine getting to the end and losing to Kathy. Like making it to the end with somebody that you played that tightly with, honestly, to me, that means more than anything. So like that would have been freaking cool. But yeah, not a chance I would have voted Kathy out at any point. So yeah, like yeah, it was fun. It was fun.
Next one.
Speaking of next ones, we have best rivalry. Go ahead, Seb.
All right. So as you know, if you played an org with me, I love to fight. Like it is the one thing I love doing most in orgs. That being said, the people who got nominated here, some of them didn't fight. Some of these were maybe one-sided. But for the most part, these rivalries really played as I was mentioning before, I like to fantasize the season. I'm like, how would the Survivor editors edit these rivalries? And we felt that these three rivalries would have had a big edit and did have a big impact on the season. So the nominees for best rivalry are Noah and X, V and Issa, and Fred and Kathy. Two of these, two out of the three of these people fought, and the other rivalry were obsessed with each other. So we're here to announce. So the winner of best rivalry goes to Noah and
What?
X. Okay, Noah.
Don't say what, like you
No,
guys
do
didn't
not
actually
say
have a
what.
screaming match for like 30 minutes in your
Y'all had
Alliance
one
chat.
of. I will be so real. Like I said, I like to fantasize everything. You and X had one of the most intense fights that I've ever seen hosting Distortion. When the two of you were going at it in that food chain chat and let everything air out, and then for the next two rounds, having to watch y'all be all buddy buddy when you're in your prod chats talking crap about each other. It was the best feeling in the world. And like I said, Noah, you were the ultimate demise to X at the end of the day. Like, so we felt that this rivalry wasn't super long. Like none of the rivalries that have been come out of
Okay.
this season
So
have been
this
super
this
long, but
this rivalry really gave, if you watch Survivor 50, this is really Charlie and Rizzo. You guys
I
stepped on the
won.
beach. You guys stepped on the beach and just automatically there was always some tension between the two of you, which is very much like I got to keep them at arm's length,
Oh
and
my gosh.
it really culminated around the Fred vote, and it just got really really contentious, really quick. And you guys started fighting about it. I will say Cassie and John was an honorable mention for this one, but you guys publicly didn't fight. You guys just kept voting against each other.
I'm
um,
gagged.
but very much so. Like this was definitely the only, like, you guys are very calm with you guys talked a lot of shit, I will say, in your prod chats, but you guys never really confronted each other. There were only two groupings here that actually confronted each other, and honestly, this one was more explosive and more critical in the game. Like if there was an edit, you guys would have both been OTTN -5 on this episode.
Wow. I love it.
Y'all were how do I put this? Feral. Absolutely feral toward one another. It was
John's
I
feral.
love
fantastic to
it. It didn't even
watch.
feel
What the
like
fuck did I
that.
do?
I
I don't
will
know.
I will say, like, very honorable mention, like this was very close to being Kathy and Fred just because of live night. Like
Mhm.
I personally didn't watch the fights, but reading the transcripts in the prod chat, being like, I'm like, hey guys, live night just started. How's it going? Oh yeah, Kathy and Fred are screaming at each other. Oh,
Mhm.
cool,
Oh,
great.
that was so intense.
And they're like, oh, and now Noah and Fred are screaming at each other. Oh, now Kathy and Noah are screaming at Fred. Oh, Fred's screaming back. Okay, got it.
Noah and Fred are kissing now. Like, get
I'm
a
like,
room,
oh,
guys.
and we're like, oh, they made
Someone
up
take a
and they
picture.
decided to vote Laura. Oh, okay,
Issa joined
I
cool.
in.
think I missed the
Polyfuel.
kissing.
Foursome.
I will say,
I didn't.
Fred really did stand on business. I will say that because he had nothing to lose at that point. He was just
And
ready to
then
stand on
and then
business.
again, like Issa and V, like V went after Issa, kind of due to Kathy talking to V that round about maybe doing Issa. Then V ran with it, but then Issa also was told by Kathy to potentially throw V's name out. So then they started fighting. But then they got to the swap and they like kind of made up, but V was still telling the other people that we should vote Issa out. Like, and then you guys got to the merge together, and V was like, you know what? What's easy? Let's just vote Issa out. And then the second round of the merge, when Issa Issa sent a VLDR or a message in their prod chat the minute V was voted out and said, "I'm free" in all caps.
That was
No,
funny.
like
I can't lie. That was
Gagged.
hilarious.
originally, like straight up, Jaywin was gonna be the vote most likely. Like that really was being pushed. And then I heard you were pushing my name, and I was like, well, for fuck's sake, I saved Issa for no reason. Well, Issa's gonna go now.
And I live, bitch. And I live, bitch.
And like
I will say,
literally,
I
I
will
did
say,
not want
okay.
you gone my round. I did not want you gone. I was pushing for Kim to go, and no one was biting, and then everyone was just saying your name to me.
I will
Quite
say this.
literally. live night happened, and y'all just decided to just let Pandora's box open in this bitch. Y'all just said and just like let it fucking happen. It was
I will
fantastic.
say this. Okay, so I was there for cast reveal. Like I was like watching all the messages be sent. I'm like, okay, Cassie looks nice, and me, and blah 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 blah. Oh my God, V and I are on the same tribe. Are you fucking kidding me? I ran to my prod chat, and then during the switch, the tribe swap, and we got put on the same fucking tribe again. I thought I was gonna start killing people.
Your TLDR of you when V got voted out, you yelled, you were like, "I'm free!" was one of the funniest things that came out of this season.
No, like Sam, you talked to me about the edit. Issa and I's edit would be the funniest thing ever. Because every confessional would literally just be like, I love Issa or I love V, but they gotta go. Or I'm gonna just vote them or you gotta do this.
See, it's weird because Billy compared X and Noah to Charlie and Rizzo, but I feel like that's more you two because I feel like y'all were like trying to be friendly with each other, but y'all that was not gonna happen. And it's we'll talk more. What's next, Benji?
I'm so glad you asked. Speaking of tangents, next we have best move.
Oh God, there were a lot of really, really interesting moves this season that uh they were good. They were really good moves. A lot of strategy behind them, a lot of social ability behind them, but these three definitely did stand up above the rest. And the nominees are Noah convincing Aaron to vote X with a fake idol bluff, X voting out Cassie, and Cassie and X getting Laura to idol out Cody. And the winner is Noah convincing Aaron to vote X out with the fake idol bluff. So this was actually really interesting because basically at Final Five, this was pretty much a set and conclusion. The Issa, Aaron, and X all locked in. They said Kathy's going home. As soon as Noah won immunity, Kathy's going home. This is easy, done. 100%, we're not doing nothing. Then Noah decides to wake up the next day and was pretty much like, hey, I'm going to try and throw some shit at the wall. I'm going to create a whole entire blank, like a message that looks like it comes from Prod and say that basically I have a super idol essentially. And guess what? You vote out Kathy. We're going to vote you out, Aaron. And if you decide, and then you'll go home. So just vote X with me and you won't go home. Even though idols expired already. Aaron bought it and X went home, inevitably setting up the final tribal council of Kathy, Noah, and Kathy and Noah both to be there and end up with this conclusion.
And then
it's so
Curse
funny
legacy advantage.
No, this isn't the first time Noah's tried this, by the way. This is not like this season. Noah tried
Noah tried it the round before. They're like,
that's what I'm saying. This is like the third time that Noah's tried bluffing an advantage, and like it actually worked this time. I mean, full props to you, but this was crazy because I was like sitting in my project. I'm like, this is crazy. If this works, Noah's gonna make it to the end because literally final four trust rankings. Noah, everyone ranked you first. You were at the end no matter what. So basically,
a lot.
At final five, you needed this to happen to make sure you were in the end, and you made it happen. So like full props, full send.
Couldn't have got Kathy out.
In my defense, I was so sleep deprived that night. I had a busy day. I had a state test the next day. I was not in a full mindset. So whenever Noah came up and talked to me, I was like, that's even when I was thinking, I was like, I thought Idol was expired. But I was like, well, maybe I just misunderstood because I know me being like, me and my degree, I'm not the smartest. Okay, we know that. And trust me, the jury knows because whenever I got voted out, that is the first thing I was so bitter about, and I'm still bitter to this day.
I'm sorry.
I will say, like, as we show with Player of the Season nominees, X was a dominant force in this season. And I think that, Fred's vote, X lost a little steam. Voting out Cassie, he built it back up. Voting out John, it brought back the steam. And I think X was finding his spot in the final five to secure his spot in the final tribal. But Fred said it best, I think. Noah, that was so diabolical, but it was a really good move to get not only you, but you in a position where you could get to the end of the game, especially because, as Billy mentioned, you were number one in every single person's trust rankings that round.
Hey, come on, Billy's power rankings. I know I'm gonna get better than 96. Like, let's go.
I also, just to be forewarned, I did make power rankings of my individual thoughts of the season and based on a round-to-round basis from Final 13 on. So I will release that with the rest of the charts. I did not do it before because I kind of forgot and I was kind of busy. But yeah, we have a lot of. I will say, sorry, I know it's late and everyone's going, but we have a lot of information we're going to get out to you guys at some point, probably tonight. Power rankings will not be released for a while. We need to sit on the season and kind of digest it and see, because you also need to rank your individual games versus your secondary games. So
Benji looks like he's gonna stab us.
I agree.
Next,
It's the contacts.
What's next, Benji?
I thought
I'm
it was
so glad you
next, but-
asked. Speaking of the Psycho reference, we have worst move, or as I like to call it, are you sure you want to do that?
That's a good way to word it. I
I
totally
love
forgot that's how you worded it in
That's how I word it for
Deception.
deception. It's, are you
Yeah.
sure?
Are you sure? I think that's a
Good
better
job.
way to say it because okay, so worst move of the season. Unfortunately, with a best move comes a worst move. And some people, as I mentioned, there were a lot of great players this game, and a lot of steam was lost eventually. And I think that certain moves eventually led to the steam running out. So that being said, Benji, please reveal the nominees for worst move of the season. Or are you sure about that?
Will do. The
Nominees are John going home at 6, specifically for X and Aaron. Noah's throne votes for the Fred tribal, the final 7, and the final 6 tribals. And Aaron believing that Noah had a fake idol at the final 5. Or Noah believing Noah at final 5 about the fake idol. And
Me
the
believing
worst
myself.
move goes to
It's the vote. Oh,
John
yay.
going home at 6. Now, again, this was discussed in the jury chat, but basically, if you guys didn't know, maybe Kathy and Noah didn't know, but X was given a power by Laura to speak to one of the jurors for 30 minutes. And X spoke to Cassie, and Cassie told X, hey, John is a jury threat. And so at final 6, instead of going for Noah, they went for John, which in hindsight is a good move on paper. John was, in fact, the jury threat that Cassie was describing him as. But as we saw here, Noah ended up winning the next immunity, and Kathy won the immunity after that. And it kind of, if Noah left at final 6, I think a lot of things changed for X and Aaron.
Oh, yeah.
Depending on the comp results, because of how close that was, I think X would have been immune at 5.
Yeah. Well, because the way I look at it is this, right? It wasn't necessarily John going home that was bad for this. It was the fact that X, you kind of got rid of the last person ahead of you on the chopping block. And instead of going after Noah and giving yourself one more round using John as a buffer, you decided to get rid of your buffer. And you said it best in your production chat, because you fully sat there and said, like, I think I fucked up by voting out John. And it wasn't like necessarily like game ending in the way, but it pretty much solidified that it was win immunity or go home at 5. And that's kind of where it was at, because I can even say, like, you were good at 5 until Noah got in Aaron's ear, but at the same time, I figured that was inevitable. Like, you kind of, at that point, there was no chance of you making FTC without you winning back-to-back immunities, because you were going to be seen as the biggest threat in my eyes.
And also too with Aaron, John had you ranked number 1 on his trust rankings and had longer intentions with you.
I think John seriously was.
Well, thanks for that, guilt.
Yeah,
I also didn't trust anybody at that point. If it makes anybody feel any better,
But I did fight for you.
does.
Don't say I didn't fight for you. I did my part.
I think John's final 3 would have been X and Aaron. I think if I'm,
it would have been either X or Aaron or It would have been some combination, but I was riding with those four.
Yeah, and that's what kind of makes it even worse because it's kind of just like he was down to ride with y'all, and you kind of just cut the one person who was willing to take the both of you to the end.
And I will say we talked about this a lot today on who this move actually includes, and we specifically did leave out Issa on this because we do think that this was actually the perfect move for Issa at Final Six because at this point, Issa got to the spot that they're at right now, no matter what happens since John left, and John really was the only person who we felt didn't have a full end game with Issa there.
Can I just say, after that move, I did hit my prod chat and say Issa played the fuck out of me, and it was a much better move for Issa because I had time to digest the fact that it was actually not a great move. That said, I was worried that John was going to win the final two immunities. John showcased their brain the entire pre-merge, and I felt like you guys were going to throw mental type challenges at us, at least for 4 and possibly 5. So I took a gamble. It didn't pay off, but Issa definitely outplayed me on that. And I did tell Issa, just so you know, I did tell the jury that shit.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I will say that Mastermind is a comp that anyone could really win, so that was up in the air for everyone. But I do think John would win the final map if John was at the final 4.
and I think basically at that point you had a 1 round buffer keeping John because even if John wins immunity, you still say, okay, now we just vote out Kathy, and then now you're at that spot where it's you, Aaron, John, and Issa, and then yeah, honestly at that point I don't know what happens, but yeah, we figure it out.
What was so funny was I literally went after the comp that Issa won, thinking, okay, I'm in that spot where I'm actually decent, but I literally woke up thinking I'm getting blindsided tonight. And I just literally had that vision that morning, and I was like, I'm not gonna let these fuckers mess with me the rest of the day when I've got shit to do. And especially when I heard from both X and Noah that they're like, oh, the other person said that you're such a huge threat. I'm like, that's it. If they're both doing this, then they're both saying it. And there's nothing I can do about it. I fully didn't even believe that I was a threat at that point.
I do want to say there is one honorable mention that I didn't even mention the prod about, but I just thought about it right now in terms of I think it was a bad move that kind of set this person up a little later. I'm not going to explain it now, but because I think everyone understand it. Cassie, you playing that vote block thing on John was absolutely crazy to me. Because I'm shocked that you did it on John specifically because I was like sitting there, I'm like, this is not great.
I think
but it
we
was
let.
There's
I'm
no
not-
beast you want to wake up more than me with that.
I was gonna say, I feel like we like got out of that and we're like, oh my god, Cassie wants to play it. Cassie wants to play it. Cassie's probably just gonna play it on giraffes. Cassie probably just gonna play it on Issa. Oh, Cassie played it on John. Okay, let's see how this
Yeah.
goes forward.
The problem was I workshopped it, and when there's multiple voices, like you tend to, I mean, now granted, I don't know, like I didn't know what to do with it, and I went to smarter minds than mine, and unfortunately I was wrong, but John took it well. I love the crap out of John, so
I
it was
think
all
I
love.
think if you went home during the live night where you almost did, I think this would have been the worst move of the season because it kind of set John in your general direction. But no, that's really it. That's really I have to mention. I'm good to move on to the next one.
All right, speaking of moving on to the next one, we have underdog of the season.
Am I
It
doing
was
that
supposed.
one?
Oh, I can do it if you want. I don't think we assigned this one.
No, I think this is one we hadn't talked about.
Benji, do you want to do this one? Oh, sorry.
I want to do it. It's fun.
Okay.
Okay.
You're
So-
such an underdog, Billy.
I'm such an underdog, you know. You know me, very much
Uh-huh.
of an underdog. I'm kidding, but this we like our underdogs, and I've always rooted for the underdogs ever since I've started hosting this season with everybody, with the Seb and everything like that. And when we made Distortion, I've always rooted for the underdogs. I don't like the dominant alliances. The dominant alliances are boring, but we do love our people who fight against all odds to try and stay in the game. And these would be the people that we feel like have done that.
And the nominees are.
Thank you.
Well, I was Aaron, Giraffes, and Issa. And the winner is Issa. You had your absolute back against the wall right away. Then that wheel got turned and it kept you alive. And truthfully, after that point, I think it kind of woke you up a little bit and was like, okay, well, now I'm here to play. And especially like being in those calls, like we loved, and just genuinely, like your calls were some of my favorites that I was able to join and like even listen into, just because you were killing that social aspect. And it was great to watch that you were able to just basically take that second chance that they basically gave you and like mold it into being playing the middle, especially in like John vote, for example. So you did a great job making sure that you got here. So you did great, especially from someone who wasn't in too many of those dominant alliances that we previously mentioned.
I mean, like, we just gotta say it right now. Like, Issa almost was third boot.
Yeah.
So to go from third boot to second place, it's hella impressive. And of course, there's always luck when it comes to the game of Survivor. And you really like you went through it this season on a personal level, and you did like there were days when you weren't around, but you were able to step it up on the days you were, and really like we talk about the final six move, like it was so underrated, like how you were able to put yourself in a position where you were making the spot you're in right now and literally almost winning into reality. So, and I say early as if final six is not late in the game, but earlier than, it could be.
Listen, everyone loves an underdog story, and I'm glad that I could be that. Genuinely, I appreciate the fuck out of this award because halfway through the season, I was literally like, is it even worth it? And I'm glad to see that it totally was. It was so much fun. And thanks to all the baddies that supported me through this endeavor.
And speaking of baddies, up next we have Best Prod Chat. So, as I continue to get
Oh
my
my
Distortion
God.
history all the way fucked up, Best Prod Chat. This award goes to someone who not only kept production, but in some instances, the VL entertained and on the edge of their seats with their thoughts, opinions, and emotions while giving the game everything they had one day at a time. Here are our nominees for Best Prod Chat. We have Kathy, Noah, and X. Now, watching all three of you give your opinions and VLDRs personally is always a hoot and a holler for me. I've seen some of y'all do it more than once. But there can only be one winner. And the winner is X. Now, X has always given his thoughts and opinions either all the way through together or very like just one at a time, or we get like the 30-minute voice note in the prod chat all at once that I listen to on the way to work. It's fantastic getting to hear that. Like I'm definitely one that likes to poke at every facet of the game like that, so it's very interesting to see it from this point of the lens, and getting to see that experience through X's eyes is definitely something to watch. All of you guys gave us a lot of great content, a lot of great stuff to look forward to. I was goop gagged and sometimes face palming, but I truly enjoyed that season, this season for that reason. X, the best project award goes to you.
I just have to ask the group, the people who have used Discord before, did you know voice memos can go up to half an hour? Because I didn't before hosting X.
It was like every round too.
Like Scripty, like X broke Scripty. Like Scripty is supposed to translate what the voice messages are, so I don't have to listen to the voice messages for confessionals.
It was literally like a podcast on my way to work.
Yeah.
Does not surprise me. X is as talkative as I am. It does not surprise me at all.
Honestly,
No.
I almost never use the voice memos anymore because half the time they don't want to send for me.
Might I
So.
remind you as well that you have to hold down the damn button in order to speak.
It's
There,
crazy
no,
because
you
No, no,
don't.
you
There
don't.
is a
You
way
can
to
hold
lock
it.
it.
You can
You
press
slide
and
it up.
hold.
You can lock it.
Fantastic. When someone tells me how to do that, I will be today years old.
So
No, literally.
this prod chat for me was very interesting because it wasn't just X sending his 10 to 15 minute every other day confessionals about his thoughts about how he felt about a lot of people. That was fantastic for me because it like a lot of y'all respectfully didn't add a lot of thoughts to your chats. At least here I can see like exactly what's going through X's head, and it's just so much better on a production angle. We know exactly what's going on. He also had two really supportive production guests in Jom and Austin, the winner of season 11.
Especially
And
Jom.
yeah, and they contributed so much to the strategy talk for X as well, and that was just such a fun time for just to seeing like everyone that existed and being like, hey, this pretty much was like a chat that I could go to and like not have to ignore, right? Like I can go there and be like, what is X thinking? And I think that was crazy. It was so fun to watch.
Oh, another thing I want to say about X's project, he put a certain gift in that project from around that production saw it at first hand, and we have been using it through the rest of the season ever since it got posted. And it got posted in our project probably more than a couple times tonight. And it was that gift that you had of the guy, the arrow. You were talking about your game, and it was he was writing down on the arrow, and he's like holding on to it, and he's going the red one, he's going bam. We keep spamming that every time a moment happened in this game, and like or at this FTC, we were spamming that GIF in our broad chat, and we all have it favorited at this point.
Thank you, guys. I do want to say I have an issue where I didn't know when to shut the fuck up. Cassie dealt with me a lot this season with that. Free therapy. Thank you, Cassie. I'm gonna say this: the voice memos help me a lot because like I do need to like get it out of me. I'm a bit bipolar, so when I can get the words out of me, it helps. That said, I lost so many 30-minute audio confessionals this season because I guess when your device hits 15% or less, it just completely deteriorates the audio off, like it acts like it was never there. So you guys would have had a lot more. So I think my devices and my lack of responsibility.
I think we're ready to go to the next one.
We sure are. We've come to our prod favorites.
The best awards I'd add.
The best
I don't know
awards, in
about
my
that.
opinion.
Just wait until after the favorites are done.
That's tea, because I know the shit that's ensuing.
Oh, God,
Anyways,
I'm
each prod has handpicked someone for this award. We do love you all, but we do have our specific reasons, and Minor, you have the floor to give your prod favorite first.
Yes. So my prod favorite is someone that I played with before, and then I had a great time with them. And then seeing it from prod, seeing like their thoughts, like their strategy, their social, it was good to see, and I really enjoyed it. They had a rocky start. People were kind of obsessed with them a little bit on the negative side, but the way they were able to like bounce back in the swap, sorry, in the swap and then in the merge until they got out. It was just a blast seeing them and their prod chat. But my favorite was giraffes.
Can't say
I
that
think it
no
also-
more, girl.
I think it adds this to the part that you're to read out to was kind of crazy. So
Oh
I mean, if it gets me something, I'll take it.
All right, thank you, Minor. Moving right along to Timmy.
I get to let's see, let's fix the camera now. Okay. I'm gonna tell you, I'm low-key obsessed with this person just by the way their actions are, how they present themselves in pretty much everything they do in every game they play. Just truly just impressive time and time again. They keep kind of stepping up and excelling over and over again. Where I don't really have many words, just truly obsessed. And I'll say more after it's revealed. So the Oscar goes to motherfucking John Farrell. And I'm gonna take a shot in his honor
Salute.
because he deserves it. John, when I tell you you're probably the funniest motherfucker I've ever met, like I truly mean that. Your actions in several finales that I've seen you in, both as a player and as a host, top notch. You had me scared tonight. Mainly in the fact of the camera. I was more scared this time than in the time you were sitting in the dark with a candle in front of you. Because this time I was worried you were gonna show too much skin.
I prepared. I had shorts on.
Oh, I
didn't want-
know.
I didn't
It's
want
just
the
funnier
live
not
be
to say
cut.
it.
But entertainment is my game. I love making this fun for everybody because if we're not able to laugh at the end of the day, then what's the point of just doing these things that we all love doing?
Very that. Thank you for being you.
Thank you.
All right. Next.
Utah doesn't have buzz balls? Sorry. Okay.
No, literally. Speaking of buzz balls. Next we have Jen.
Hello. So my prod favorite is going to somebody that I feel like I don't really know how to say much without like giving it away, like off rip. But this person, since the last time I saw them play, just seeing the immense growth was really, really fun. And like, especially because the last time I saw them play, I played with them. And just seeing the way that you were able to come from being someone that it was your first game and you didn't make it very far, and I was part of that and I hated it, and to seeing you come all the way and make it to Final Four, Aaron, I'm so proud of you and the way that you were able to endure this game, and you're just such an angel, and I'm so proud of you and I love you.
Jen, don't make me all emotional now. But yeah, it's pretty much true. Like it was like my first time playing, did not know what I was getting into. Second time playing, still didn't know what I was getting into. But I knew for a fact I wanted to challenge myself, especially this time. Like I said, I'm doing 3 things at once. I'm a full-time educator. I'm a full-time college student. So I barely had time to just even think about a game. But another person that was in our season, Jen, Tyler, is in my prod chat. And then whenever he found out that I was doing this season, he says, Aaron, this is your shot. This is the season where you prove where you belong, like that you belong in these kinds of games. And shout out to Tyler, by the way. And I really didn't think I was going to do it. And honestly, I really thought I was barely going to make it like I did last time. But I did want to come here to prove myself. And I'm very, very honored. Thank you so much, Jen. Love you so much with all my heart.
It was just really like I'm so happy that you took this chance again, because like the way that season 5 played out was like awful. Like I hated it because like I remember me, like I was like, I love Aaron, like I want to play with him, but then like, oh, like we don't
Then you
have many
voted him out?
options because of rotted 6-person tribes. And yeah, but I'm very proud of you. And
Aaron got his revenge. That's all I can say.
that's
but
so
yeah.
true.
I will say that everyone but one person from that Braun tribe has made it to the final 5 or higher, except for Jen. Sorry, Jen.
Literally, even that's me. That's crazy.
That's because Jen's
Damn,
here. She's an
kick her,
icon. She's
apparently.
mother.
Jen
That
decided
sounds
to
like y'all
join the
hate
dark
women to
side.
me because I'm the only woman.
He decided to join the dark side with torturing people every single season with us.
Very that.
Very that. Who's next?
She made the right decision. Funny you ask, it's my turn. Before I announce my prod favorite, I just kind of want to address everybody. This season has been one of my favorites to watch, one of my favorites to produce. I've loved theme from start to finish. Ironically, amongst all the like chaos and horror and y'all stabbing the shit out of each other, um, I there was a lot of things personally that I ended up getting to face and to heal from and to be reminded of. And some of you in particular gave me very different instances, but a lot of you overall just gave me, in the sense of the season, more than I can bargain for in the best way possible. So thank you all for that. My prod favorite is someone that I did not get to see until this game started. I hadn't seen them for a while. To be able to reconnect on this level meant so much to me. To see their game improve from where I've seen them start is absolutely phenomenal. Um, I always like to have someone specifically to. I rooted for quite a few of you here, but I rooted for this person day in and day out. I could see the work that they were putting in. Um, and yeah, I'm very blessed and fortunate for all of you, but specifically, I'm very fortunate to have seen this person grow, and I can't wait to see, hopefully, that they continue to grow through the org community. Um, my pick is X.
Girl, stop. Don't do that to me. I don't need that, Benji. Benji, I will say this. Getting to chat with you again and see your personality was very big for me. Getting to hopefully continue talking with you moving forward is something I'm excited for as well. That said, and I think Prod definitely got to see this the most. I struggled emotionally this season, because I do have a past in the org community where I tend to be a little fake. I will be upfront with that. I've been very game centered. I didn't care about how it affected people. I had moments this game where I felt like that was becoming a port draft at me. I had apologized to draft this season because I felt like I just completely shut them down, PTSD, like I was not there for it. That said, I am very happy to have made friends this game. I'm very happy to have genuinely met some amazing people. A lot of you, and by a lot of you, I mean everyone, but literally one person was new to me. So I had a blast. Y'all are fucking crazy, but you're crazy in the best ways possible. And Minji, thank you again.
All right, and speaking of short pauses, next we have Billy.
That
Billion.
was a short joke. No, I'm just kidding.
Why are you talking
So
about me like that?
so coming into the season, sorry to the rookies. I didn't pick any of you, so I'm sorry and love you, but I didn't pick a rookie. I I have been barraged with messages from this individual saying that if they just got one more chance, they would kill it. And I went to Seb and I was like, Seb, this would be a perfect time to bring back this person. And Seb's like, I don't know. Are they actually gonna play this time? I don't know. I can't have to treat it. And I'm like, Seb, I will put my life on the line. This person's gonna lock in, just like Tennessee's doing right now against Iowa State, locking in. My host fave is God, Benji, you're killing me.
The host.
It's Fred. No, but Fred, you were literally the first person. I'm like, okay, if we have a season like this, we have to get Fred back. If we do not get Fred back, this season means nothing to me. Because Fred is the definition of someone who had a lot of shit going on in their first season, but I know they had the potential to come back and literally fuck shit up for everybody, and I was right. So super happy for you, Fred, for coming back. Thank you for and you message me literally every season. When can I come back? When can I come back? I promise. If I come back in, I'm gonna lock the fuck in. Like I was waiting.
And
But yeah,
I just want to say that I came to Billy about this theme for all pre-jurors like 4 seasons ago. And Billy 4 seasons ago was like, okay, bet, then we're gonna have Fred on. So
Only name I suggested. That's it.
My favorite thing is when we had to push the season back originally. Me and Seb told Fred in person, yeah, they're pushing the season back, and Fred
and he's
was
like,
like, okay, I'm
okay.
still in. I'm still playing.
And I
Whenever
don't
y'all do
regret it. And I don't regret it. Thank you, Billy.
All right, next we have Grace.
Okay, I gotta do a disclaimer. I love all y'all so much. I really do. Ooh, I'm feeling this mom water right now. But I love all y'all so much. And it was really fun getting to watch every single one of you. And a lot of you, I know a few of y'all pointed it out. I was always on y'all's VCs with you because luckily for your girl, I work a remote job. I work from home and I do data entry. So and usually I spend my day watching movies and TV shows and YouTube videos. Y'all became listen to podcasts. Y'all became my podcast this season with all your VCs, and I'll just be doing my work. But in response to that, there is one person I hawk the VC channels all the time because if I saw them on a call, I would be sprinting so fast to join that call because I knew the conversations that were going to be coming out of those calls were just going to be just so amazing to listen to and just such a great vibe. And I just, anytime they were on a VC, I had to be on there because I just wanted to hear their conversations. And this person is just genuinely, they played their gameplay was so powerful and so dominant, but they really showed at the same time how genuine of a good person they really are. And that is something that really was my favorite thing I got to see all season long. And I remember as we were going through the awards, I'm like, I gotta get this person because the whole way through, I just love them so much. And just watching how their mind works and watching how they interact with everybody and how genuine those connections were and those conversations. And there were so many times I came off mute anytime they spoke because they were just so interesting. And I always contributed with those conversations with them. And it was just amazing. And there is a favorite part of mine to this person, and I'm about to give it away when I describe it. One of my favorite things that just absolutely touched me seeing is that they would be on VCs with people, and this person's children would come on camera and watching them have conversations and that gameplay conversations while tending to being the best mother in the world and attending to their needs. So with that, my host favorite is Cassie. Girl, I loved you so fucking much. You have Brock can back me up. I loved you so fucking much this season.
Thank you. That means so, like, honestly, I had so much fun and I appreciate you for saying that. Like, honestly, like, it just means a lot because I really enjoyed you too. So like being your favorite, that made my day. So thank
You
you.
want to know something fun fact too? Your bestie was my host favorite in season 11. So I got both of y'all.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's why he just messaged me and said only real ones when Grace. So that explains that comment. Okay. Thank
But no,
you.
again, I loved and adored you this whole way through. And I was like, no, I'm snatching you so quickly.
Thank you.
All right.
Alrighty.
And our man of the hour. Brr, brr, brr,
Hello.
brr.
Hi. So I just want to say, when I think about my prod favorite, I think of you all like my children, and I don't really have favorites. But if I did, it would be this person. That being said, this has been one long, impactful season. Every single tribal, even the one merge tribal we had this season that was unanimous, was exciting as fuck. And I'm so glad that you guys have really, brought that, what's the word? Brought the inspiration back to continue hosting. Not to say season 12 didn't do that, but we were just like I said before, me and Grace were going through so much, and we talk about it a lot every season. And for you org hosts out there, it is hard to cast. And this season was no different, just like seasons before. But that being said, the person I chose is someone who, when I played with them the first time, I really got to see who they were as a person, and I really got to see them as a player. And they were someone who I was like, maybe down the line I'll get to see the host them. But I think that, as I was saying before, it is really hard to cast. So I decided that, some prod decided that this was the season that I wanted to see them play if they said yes. And I think I made a really smart decision in doing that because, as you will reveal it, Benji, drumroll please, this person ended up winning. So my favorite this season was Kathy. I think Kathy's VLDRs were literal, it was like some of the most joyous things ever. Now, this is just me, I personally do not put game information in VLDRs. I don't know who's in the VL. That's just me. I trust our VL, but the way that Kathy did it this season, they was like game information. Oh shit, this is funny. Game information. This is funny. I feel like the conversations you were having on call with people like Cassie, like Noah, like X, like Fred, like even your fights were funny. Like watching you and Fred go at it in your one-on-one that round, it was just so impressive and it's just so fun. And when we played Deception together, I was so pissed off when you got voted off because I was like, that's what I'm voting for at the end. And I'm so glad that we're sitting here now, like a couple months later. Yeah, over you, Timmy. And I'm so glad that a couple months later, we're sitting here with you in a finale spot with the win. I'm so glad to call you our winner of this season. And yeah, that's all I'm going to say. But that being said, Benji, I am going to cut you off real quick just because.
Oh, yeah, I was warned.
Okay,
We're ready.
perfect. So we're going to get on to superlatives. I know it's getting late, but I just want to do, this is the last thing I'm going to show the stream. Then we're going to stop the stream. We'll go over superlatives, some episode quotes, whatever questions you have for Prod. But as I mentioned before, this season has really brought the host out of me, and I just don't want to stop. So I have a teaser for next season, which some of you might or might not be able to apply for. So we'll see how that works. And I guess we'll show, again, old man Seb here still doesn't really know how to show Zoom.
It's been 84 years.
It has been 84 years. Can everyone see my screen? It's loading, I know. And
no time. There it is.
We go.
All right. This is the promo for season 14. Again, what it's about, I guess you'll have to see.
Do you have the sound on?
I don't even know what's happening. Come on.
Is it even playing?
No, of course not. Because God forbid something cool happens to me on time. Okay.
But look, there was fire.
There was fire. Okay, I'm going to close it out.
Big
I'm going to pull it back up and...
Category is what Sundra could not achieve.
Fire! Okay.
With matches.
With matches, Diva.
Let's try this one more time. Share sound.
Okay, Flames of Hell.
Can you see it?
Yes.
Yes.
Awesome. Let's hope this works. that's right. So, season 14, some of you might remember that Distortion Survivor hosted a particular season in season 4 called Quarter Quell. And if you don't know Distortion lore, Quarter Quell was unfortunately canceled due to cross-tribe communication, multiple people cheating, like literally half the cast. That being said, season 14, I will not be revealing the theme specifically yet, but please, in April, apply to Distortion Survivor, subtitle inserted here, Blood versus Water 2. I'm very excited. Me, Grace, and Billy specifically have been working on this season. Certain production members might or might not be dropping. We'll figure it out. But in the meantime, please.
It will be a vet and a newbie. So you will have to bring someone who has not played Distortion in before.
And I'm telling
Christina!
you, anyone can apply. If you played
Doing
this
a redo.
if you feel like you need another chance, apply. If you're a returning out, if you're an alumni out there and you feel like I haven't had the chance to come back to Distortion before, this is your chance. We are redeeming Quarter Quell with the insert title here. More will be revealed when the application comes out. But I do want to thank you guys for really bringing that spirit out of me, out of Grace, out of Billy, out of the prod members who might or might not be playing or participating or hosting or applying. I guess you'll never know. That being said, alumni out there, if you're looking for another game to play around early to mid-May, apply for Distortion Survivor Blood versus Water 2. I am super excited. Like I said, this is a long time coming. Literally 10 seasons ago, we almost thought Distortion was going to be over. Like, we did not know if we were going to be able to come back after literally one of the worst things to happen, the worst thing to happen in Distortion. I'm so glad we're able to redeem it.
Shout out to Heatwave for being amazing and literally bringing Distortion back to life for us.
And shout out to Billy, because it took a lot of convincing me for me to host Blood versus Water again.
I will say, a lot of the stuff that happened in season 4 would be considered a death mark in a lot of orgs. You guys have seen it whenever there's giant cheating scandals that usually kills the community. The fact that we were able to rally out a decade worth of seasons after this is kind of insane. Or coming up on a decade. I can't do it without convincing Seb to come back after he wanted to basically shut down the server and everything. I can't do it without Grace, who helps me keep Seb in check. Can't help it without the new prod members of Benji, Jen, Minor, Timmy, Rachel, Nick, and obviously old prod members who have helped along the way, whether that it's a Mikey, Ruby, Jackie, people who have helped out in the interim.
Don't forget Jesse.
And Jesse as well. And even people who helped us out in challenges, like Keaton, who have made multiple appearances in challenges to help us out with that.
Yeah, you can't forget Olmec.
Olmec, Denson.
Well, Olmec was before, so only one season. But no, I'm really excited to host this format. This is probably my favorite format to host. I'm ready to give it everything we have and make sure that we don't have the same situation again. So please apply. I will say, don't be offended if I expect a lot of applications. If you do not get cast, I'm so sorry. We're going to try and build a perfect cast that has nothing. No pregame connections are going to happen, right? But just don't pregame, please.
That being said, I'm going to stop the stream. We're going to get back to superlatives, which is Grace gives an award to everyone at the end of the season. And then from there, we will go over, we don't have specific episode quotes, but we do have a server full of quotes that we've been saving all season. I know it's getting late.
We sure do.